And then yesterday, Buckeye pitchers did a lot better job of throwing strikes, but when they did, Iowa punished them. Still hit 3 home runs again. Marcus Morgan had a really tremendous start. I know the line doesn't look that great, but one of the things that you and I will have to try to do today is see if we can go a little longer about not complaining about the home plate umpire or commenting on the home plate umpire.
Is that for you and me?
That's for both of us. But the problem is, or at least the problem for me is, we sit here with TrackMan. We see what's a strike. Yeah. And so you can kind of see whether it should be or shouldn't be. And so as we try to draw a picture, part of that is telling that that's not a strike. That is a strike. Trying to understand that. But, Marcus did a really nice job yesterday of not always having the most favorable strike zone, but then still buckling down when he needed to get outs for the most part, and he got outs. Again, wasn't perfect, and I'm not saying every walk Marcus had yesterday was the umpire's fault. Don't hear that wrong. Marcus threw enough balls to walk a guy on his own, and he hit a batter and all that other fun stuff. But when you're trying to be so precise, because you've got maybe a little bit of a fluctuating zone, but again, that's the part, and Sav came in, did another nice job, and then turned it over to Christo, and then because the offense exploded, we were able to get Jack Young in the game, which was awesome because, again, we kind of know his story and how happy he is to be here, and great to see him on the mound. I know he had some family and friends here, and so a lot of fun. Yeah, he was really good to close that game out yesterday. Ohio State, it just kind of feels like if we jump on them early, John, it could be an early day for them. We've talked about that, and that's that'll be the task for Ty today. Is to kind of finish or start where he finished against Nebraska. He had I know he gave up a run in the midweek game, but he pitched well in the midweek game. It was a cheap little run, but a run nonetheless. But it got scored on him, and that stuff happens. But if he can limit the damage, we've got this is probably the best day we've had for baseball now in 46 tries, and so we've got next to no wind right now. We've got great temperature, so it'll be easy for Ty to get loose and kind of demonstrate that command and authority he has with multiple pitches. And I think Ohio State, with Ty, get strike one, and all of a sudden Ohio State will swing a lot, and you can really get there, and so that'll be the key. And if he can do that, Ty's got 6, 7, 8 innings of good baseball in him. All right, sounds good. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk with head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Ooh, got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing US Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today?
The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to US Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
Here's an easy pill to swallow. Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball. Today, the series finale with Ohio State. The Hawkeyes going for the sweep today. We're joined by head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller. Coach, congratulations on that milestone win yesterday.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, John. It was a fun day and super appreciative of all the nice notes and all the nice things people are saying. And I really, it's a bit humbling, and I just, really super appreciative of all the stuff people have done to make it a special day. It was a fun day, and now we're back at it.
Yeah, back at it again, going for the sweep today. When you came here 10 years ago, you said in your intro press conference, there's no reason you can't win at Iowa in baseball. And you've been doing a whole lot of winning here, Coach.
Well, thanks. And told the story a bunch of times, but, that first group of guys that we inherited are the reason we were able to do this quickly. And they bought into a system. They bought into a plan. We were blessed with some guys that were super leaders and took it and ran with it, and had a good year that first year and got to the tournament, and I knew it was going to roll from then.
Yesterday's win, really impressive again, a blowout victory. Marcus was really good on the mound.
Yeah, he was really good. I mean, he dabbled in getting in trouble, but yesterday he fought through it and was able to get, a double play here, double play there, strikeout here, worked his way out of some jams. And that to me is the most important part of Marcus's start yesterday, was that he just battled, I mean, things didn't go perfect, too many walks, too many free bases, but fought through it, avoided the big inning and gave us a chance, because it was a tight game through 5, and they had opportunities, as we did, to break it open, and one hit here, one hit there, and that's a completely different baseball game. And Marcus was able to go out there and make pitches when he needed to, and just toughed it out and stayed confident. And he didn't get a couple calls that we thought should have went his way, and and that happens. But man, some tough stuff to overcome, and he handled it like a mature pitcher, and I was really proud of his effort.
He was able to get through 5 or so innings and then preserve the bullpen for today if you need it. Yeah,
exactly. And and then the other thing it did was gave our offense a chance to get Bruni out of the game. And when Clegg came in the game, he was the guy that they go to a lot, and we roughed him up quickly, and that was even bigger, because then they had to go deeper in the pen. But as we were talking before, they got Jenkins going today. That was the guy that was penciled in to be the Friday night guy, and then they have another left-hander in the bullpen that they haven't used that's been trending up a little bit. He's a big guy, kind of a similar profile to what you saw from Bruni. So I think that as soon as Jenkins is gone, unless there's something that we don't know, I would guess they'll go right to him.
In 2 games in this series, you scored 31 runs, Coach. That's a pretty impressive mark through the first 2.
Well, we talked on Friday that when the weather shifts and the guys feel good, they know they're going to get rewarded if they hit a ball hard. That's a good feeling, and it really helps build confidence. And the big reason we've been able to score a lot of runs is that we've had 9 guys in the lineup that are fighting to get on base. They're not fighting to hit home runs, or they're not fighting, for stats. We had 9 guys the last couple weeks here that have been fighting to help the cause, whatever it takes, whether it's a bunt or a hit and run, or take a walk, take a dose, whatever. Just get on base, and then get the next guy up there to do his job. And we've been fortunate enough to get some big 2-out hits, and it's just been a lot of fun to watch, because it doesn't always happen like that, as we well know, in this game. And so when you have days or weekends like that, you want to enjoy them.
On Friday, we talked about Ben Wilmus and Cade Moss. Yesterday, you talked about Kyle Huckstorf and also put Will Mulfler into the lineup, and those 2 guys, Kyle broke out, and Mulfler with a great addition.
Yes, Kyle was the one that really got the Bruni. He had 2 strikes on him, and his swings hadn't looked very good to that point, and Bruni hung a breaking ball, and Kyle hit a 3-run homer, and man, that was great to see. And then Will, like I told you, I was watching him in batting practice, and I thought, man, that looks like Will from last year, before he hurt his back, and he was moving really well. And we've been looking for spots to get Will in there, and when Keaton was in the DH spot, there just wasn't a lot of room to put him in at those positions, kind of like Blake Aaron. You kind of tough to get Blake in there if all three of those guys are playing. And now we got to find someone in that DH spot. And I think you'll see us rotate that on matchups. We'll rotate it kind of on who we feel is in a good place. And, we'll do a lot of that, probably from here on out. And Will is always a good candidate because he gives you a mature at bat. He's played a lot. He has a lot of bats in his career, and it showed yesterday. The pitch he hit out. I mean, it was a good pitch. It was down, and just dropped the barrel and knocked it out of here, and then come up with a single in his last at bat of the day. And so we'll run Will out there again today, and hopefully he stays hot.
Yeah, we haven't been able to talk about him too much this year, just appearing in a few games, but looks like he's got a bit of a veteran presence, maybe some leadership that he's bringing too.
Oh, for sure. Will's an awesome kid, great teammate, and couldn't be happier for him. I mean, Will's one of the guys as a coach you root for, and you want him to have success, and couldn't have been more happy for him. I mean, that definitely brought a smile to my face when Will hit that home run.
Talking with the head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Dwayne Banks today. Okay, Ty Langenberg, Sunday starter for you today.
Yeah, we need him to be the good Ty Langenberg that he's been lately, and we've done a really good job of holding their hitters in check from a production standpoint. Now they've done a good job of working walks, and we talked about it Friday, that kind of an interesting team where they'll not chase. In fact, I think they just take is what they do. I mean, they just take a lot of pitches. It's not like they're making a swing decision a lot. They're just not swinging. But when they get to two strikes, you can get if you can get them to two strikes, then they get a little bit reckless and will chase. And we just hadn't done the best job of dominating the count to put them in situations like that. But when we have, the plans work perfectly. And today, Ty arguably our most consistent starter, especially here the last few weeks. If Ty goes out and is his normal self, and if he's got 4 pitches working, it's a good matchup for him. If it's not, if he can't hit with his slider especially, or his changeup, then it's a bad matchup with all the left-handers in the lineup.
We'll keep a close eye on that from the booth. Who would be your first couple options out of the bullpen today when Ty's day's done?
Well, a couple ideas. I think it's going to play out on how the game's going. Perfect world would be Ty for 6. We're up 4 or 5 and go to Cade Obermueller. And I think Cade, if he's in the zone, is a perfect matchup for these guys. If it's a tight game or one-run game, we'll probably end up going, depending on what part. If it's pre 6th inning or earlier, you're probably going to see either Simpson or Whitlock again, possibly Volker. If it's later, you may go right to Llewellyn, Christopherson, that crew, and play it from there.
Really moving up the Big Ten standings, Coach. We're right on the heels of Indiana and Maryland. Too bad Northwestern couldn't help us out last night, but
they were close.
Yeah, but really rising up those rankings. I know you don't pay a ton of attention to them, but we got the tournament coming up.
Well, we do, and we put ourselves in a come from behind situation with some tough, close losses the early part of the Big Ten season, and it's not something you talk a lot about, but everybody's well aware that we can't, if we want to go to a regional and still even have a chance to compete for a Big Ten title and get good seeding in the tournament. I mean, we have to, we don't have a lot of margin for error, and that's unfortunately perceived as pressure or whatever, but it is what it is. It's reality, and we have to face that, and we know what it takes, and we know what we have to do, and we have to go out and try to do it, and that's what we've been doing. So you hope that happens. You hope that you don't have a hangover with the bats or anything crazy, with the run scored, because I've done this a long time, and it doesn't, runs like that don't happen all the time, especially in a league like this. And you just got to really, that was the message today was, we really need to be present. We really need to be focused. We really need to be dialed in, because it takes what it takes, and that's what it takes. And so I think our guys will respond. I really do. And a lot at stake in this game today. It really is. It's a huge swing game, very similar to the one at Penn State that we didn't get it done in. And so whenever you don't get it done in one, then you have to do something a little bit special to make up for it, and that's sweeps are hard against anyone, and we got a chance to do that today, and that's what we need to do.
Do you sense this Ohio State team a little bit desperate, or maybe licking their wounds a little bit, and if you get on them early?
Well, that was the message as well, was like, listen, where they're at right now, if we knock the heck out of Jenkins, there's a good chance, I think, they'll check out. But anybody with any pride comes into a Sunday and you're getting beat the first 2 games. If you have any pride at all, you're going to fight your ass off, and you're going to get their best effort early, and that's up to us to be able to handle that. And to your point, it'd be perfect world. Yeah, let's just jump on them, kick their butt early, score a bunch of runs, and let's have an enjoyable, warm Sunday afternoon.
All right, let's do it, Coach. Let's win the day, take down the Buckeyes.
All right, thanks, John.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Dwayne Banks today. It's the series finale with the Buckeyes. Back after this is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Here's an easy pill to swallow. Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
It's a gorgeous Sunday afternoon in Iowa City today. The Hawkeyes hosting the Buckeyes one final time for the weekend. Already have 2 wins in the bag against Ohio State. Going for the sweep today. And try to take care of business and move further up in the Big Ten standings. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Lineups look pretty similar for both teams. Today we'll give you those just after the anthem. Ohio State will go with Jonah Jenkins on the mound. He's a right-hander. He was supposed to throw on there Friday. So we already have plans for him, right? We already have our scout done for him, just getting to him on Sunday instead of Friday.
Yeah, there was a lot of scout work done on him earlier in the week, and so just had to dust off the plan a little bit and bring it back out for today. And so it shouldn't be anything Hawkeyes aren't expected to see. And, he's got another one of those guys, 16 appearances, 43 innings. So, you'd think if you see him in the 3rd or 4th inning, probably a win for the push is the 3rd inning, and the win for Ohio State's if he's still around in the 4th inning.
And like we heard from Coach Heller just a moment ago, 1 through 9, this Iowa lineup, their focus is to get on base. It's not to be the hero, not to hit the home run ball, but if they can each do their 1/9, and you heard Coach Marty Sutherland say that yesterday, each do their 1/9, get on base, apply pressure. It really makes it difficult for the opponents, and that has certainly been the case this weekend. Iowa was 16 runs on Friday, 15 yesterday, 31 in 2 games, John. 31 runs in 2 games.
Well, you look at the top 7 guys in the lineup right now. 6 of the 7 guys have on-base percentages of .399 or higher. And the 7th one is Sam Honar at .363, and he's second on the team in home runs, in the starting lineup today in home runs and RBIs. Yeah. So he's contributing heavily in a different way. You've got 3 guys in those top 7 with more than 11 stolen bases. You've got another one with 8. So there's a lot of pressure getting put on, and it's up and down the lineup. Because then, by the way, your 9 hitter has a .376 on base percentage. So really getting it done in a lot of different ways, and that's how you string together rallies with, by taking some walks, getting that timely hit, and putting a lot of pressure on.
All right, we're moments away from first pitch here at Banks today. We'll step aside for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll give you the starting lineups for this one. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, the national anthem is complete. The stands filling up as we get ready for the series finale with Ohio State. Hawkeyes going for the sweep over the Buckeyes. Today it's time for today's starting lineups. Ohio State with a 22-25 record now. They are 6-14 on the road. They're 5-15 in conference play, 12th in the Big Ten. Their head coach is Bill Mosiello in his first season. Basically, from what I can tell, the same lineup as yesterday, with Trey Lipsy leading things off, followed by Matthew Gravelin and Marcus Ernst. Cole Andrews, Tyler Petterini, and Mitchell Oakley make up the middle of the order for Ohio State. Nick Irwin, Henry Kazmar, Hank Thomas, 7, 8, 9, Thomas being the designated hitter. The home team, the Hawkeyes, 34-11, 20-2 at home, 10-6 in the Big Ten, all alone in third place, under the direction of head coach Rick Heller, who got his 1,000th career win yesterday, looking for 1,001 today. Defensively, as the Hawkeyes take the field right now, Brennan DeRiggi's at first, Sam Honar at second. Michael Seegers is the shortstop, Raider Tello at the hot corner at third base. Left to right in the outfield, Sam Peterson, Kyle Huckstorf, and Ben Wilmus. Behind the plate doing the catching today is Cade Moss. And on the mound, the starter for the Hawkeyes that's settled into the Sunday role, the right-hander, the junior from Urbandale, Ty Langenberg.
Ty's 5-2 on the season through 10 starts and 2 relief appearances, 4.44 ERA, 48 2/3 innings, giving up 60 hits, 26 runs, 24 of those were earned, 22 walks, and 58 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .306 against Ty, which is actually a little bit better. He's really been really kind of commanded it a little bit better in the last couple starts, and we'll see if he can take advantage of the nice sunshiny day and throw another beauty.
Yeah, for once he doesn't have to deal with windy conditions that I think hurt his pitches because he's got a couple of off speed and they kind of flutter and float then with the wind impacting him. And then if he's going to be a contact pitcher, balls can carry or move into power alleys, things along those lines. I think this is a good matchup for Ty today against an Ohio State team that in the starting lineup has one guy hitting over 300.
Agree completely. I mean, they've got some pop. There's going to be some chances for guys to get hits, but they're also a team where if Ty throws strike one, you know, he can really get them to expand the strike zone and maybe punch out quite a few guys or induce a lot of soft contact. If he gives up the hit, then he gets the roll over a ground ball where now all of a sudden he gets the 6-4-3 double play. Right. With all the left-handers they have, 4-6-3 double play to get out of the mess.
Coach felt that Ty has kind of planted himself as the most consistent starter that Iowa has. You know, you could go with him or Marcus. I think would be fair to say right now. So we'll see Ty today on Sunday. Let's see if the Hawkeyes can sweep the Buckeyes today. How about this weather? Sun is shining. It's a bit of a hazy sky. There's storms later today, a chance of severe weather later on today. I was asking John if he was maybe going to go golfing. Totally not paying any attention to the fact that we had to move this game up an hour to avoid the storms. Can't golf in a dome, there's that for sure. Langenberg is on the mound. First pitch strike to Trey Lipsy. We're underway from Dwayne Banks, right on time at 12:05.
92-mile-an-hour fastball, out and away.
Goes with the slider just outside. Sun is shining, and the temperature's in the 80s today. This finally feels like baseball weather. The 1-1 pitch from Langenberg, a swing and a miss, 1-2.
Came back 92 right in the center of the plate and just said, here it is if you can hit it. Lipsy swung right through it. Might see that change up, a little breaking ball here.
Went with one outside. It's 2-2. Lipsy's interesting because he's been in their leadoff spot all weekend, has not been overly productive. He's a .212 hitter. On base percentage of .325. 2-2, swung on and missed. Langenberg with a great start with a strikeout.
Yeah, he's really only been on base when the Hawks have walked him or hit him, so I'm not sure if he has a hit this weekend, but has spent some time on base, but been more of the Hawkeyes doing. And again, if Ty can do a good job of throwing strikes, that'll eliminate some of the problems from the first two games.
Ty will face Matthew Gravelin now. That one is just low to start off his at-bat. Ty pitched in the midweek against Illinois State because he didn't have a chance to pitch at Penn State last weekend. 1-0 pitch is inside, 2-0. Before that, he was really good against Nebraska.
Yeah, 7 strong innings there. Gave up the leadoff home run, walked the next guy on 4 pitches, and then really just shut him down after that.
2-0 pitch is waved at and missed, 2-1.
Ty did it again. Fell behind 2-0. Said, "Here's my best fastball. What do you got for it?" And Gravelin swung right through it.
Moss setting up a bit outside. This is fouled over the heads of the fans down the right field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Just underway in Iowa City.
That's when Ty's good. It's when you get this velocity back up 93, 94, 95.
Slider just inside, almost hit the batter.
Gravelin's got to take that off the bottom side of the elbow and trot down to first base.
That one just floated in at 81. Here comes the full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Good job by Ty to shake that last pitch off and throw that one right down the heart of the plate, 2 down.
Hasn't had command of the curveball yet. He's kind of lost a couple of those out into the right-handed batter's box, but fastball's been on point today, and so as soon as he starts to find those other pitches, it'll be a long day for the Buckeyes.
Marcus Ernst is in the box.
Or a very short day.
Yeah, long day success-wise, short day for game duration. Ernst is a left-handed hitter, their first baseman. One of the keys from Coach Hellard today was to focus on that slider and changeup from Ty. If he's got that going, look out. This one is popped up down the left field line. Peterson giving chase. Tello heading over there towards the half wall. Is anybody there to make the play? Ooh, Petey tried to basket catch it, and he dropped it.
Got there right at the last second. Long run on the left-handed hitter. That's Petey's speed. You don't get there any other way other than being as fast as Petey is.
Nobody comes close to that one. Petey made that a play. He didn't end up making the play, but he made it a play.
Yeah, Petey and Huck are the 2 guys that are going to run that ball down just because of the judgment, the jump they get off the bat. I thought it was out of play and just kind of kept floating down the line.
1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. This one lined out of play to the left side this time, and it's 1-2.
Less question about that one.
Right. No need to sprint over there.
Petey might have still been a little winded from that one.
Langenberg peering in for a sign over the tip of his glove. Here comes the 1-2. Called third strike. Got him on the outside corner. And Langenberg strikes out the side to get this one started.
Ty Langenberg, that's the guy that was the preseason Big Ten Pitcher of the Year right there.
That brings the Hawkeye fans onto their feet. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning where Ben Wilmus will step in first. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Ben Wilmus will lead things off for the Hawkeyes, followed by Raider Tello and then Brennan Durigge. Kyle Huckstorf, Sam Peterson, and Sam Honar are the middle of the order for Iowa today. 7, 8, 9, Michael Seegers, Will Mulfler, and Cade Moss. And they'll take on Ohio State's pitcher who's going on a Sunday, a fifth-year right-hander from Parker, Colorado, Jonah Jenkins.
He's 4-4 on the year with 2 saves in 16 appearances and 3 starts. He's got a 3.98 ERA, 43 innings pitched, 40 hits, 21 runs, 19 of those were earned, 13 walks, 36 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .248 against him. I lost him.
You had him, 30.
I had him. Oh, I had him on this side. There we go. The fastball's going to be right around 90, probably low 90s on a nice day like today. He's got a change and a slider. But again, another one of those guys that his breaking stuff doesn't usually connect for a strike. So if the Iowa hitters can continue to be patient, get that ball kind of in the zone where they want it, another chance to either take some walks or take advantage of balls over the plate.
Again, just in this matchup, advantage Hawkeyes, it seems like, one way or another.
You'd like to think so. I mean, again, with just the discipline that and things can change. Maybe you just don't see the ball very well on a certain guy. Some weird things happen, but we'll get a good sense here right off the jump how Iowa can see the ball.
Ben Wilmus is in the box, lines the first pitch foul towards the batting cages in right.
See fastball, swing fastball. That was low and in the zone.
Go for it.
Ben went right after it.
Out of the windup, the pitch. That one's on the outside corner, called a strike. Umpires today behind the plate is Mike Fichter. Down the line at first is Matt Schaufert. Out at second, Grady Smith. Down the line over there at third is Mark Wagers. Here's the 0-2 to Wilmus. Ground ball up the middle. The shortstop is there for it. That's Kazmar. He'll step and throw. 1 down.
3 straight fastballs from Jenkins, just pounding the strike zone. Ben was right on it, just didn't do really anything other than kind of beat it into the ground right at Kazmar.
We saw that a little bit yesterday in the early couple of innings, just making good contact but hitting it right to defenders. Raider Tello's in the box. He sends one up the middle for a base hit. Iowa's got the first hit of the game. There's Tello up the middle again.
Well, we talked yesterday about how that's kind of his sweet spot there in that little cone up the middle of the field. Sent it right back at Jenkins there. Didn't hit it real hard, but a good bouncer that wasn't exactly right at somebody. He had a tough one yesterday. Hit a ball off the pitcher, and maybe it was Friday, but hit a ball off the pitcher and got out. That one he avoided the pitcher and snuck it up the middle.
Tello at first. Here's Brennan Durigge. There is a pitch that's just low. Ball 1.
5 pitches, 5 fastballs out of Jenkins so far.
Righty on lefty matchup right now. The 1-0 pitch to Brennan. Got his hand started, but it dropped out of the zone. Ball 2.
Good job there. He identified the breaking ball and didn't swing over the top of it, so nicely done there.
2-0 count. Advantageous for Brennan. And there's a fastball for a strike, low outside corner. 2-1.
Really good 2-0 pitch there. Jenkins didn't give in, still tried to pick at a corner and really hit that low outside spot nicely.
Tello with a short lead at first base. Here comes the 2-1 to Durigge. That's strike 2. Pretty similar to the first pitch that he saw in the at-bat. This one's called a strike, and it's all of a sudden 2-2. See what Durigge does. Durigge does a nice job with 2 strikes.
high strikeout guy, but he can certainly do a damage.
Here's a ground ball grabbed by the pitcher. He'll throw it to second for one. This is double trouble. Double play. 1-6-3 to get that one started. We've played one scoreless between Ohio State and Iowa. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong Team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong Team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Top of the second inning, Ohio State and Iowa scoreless here in Iowa City. The Buckeyes coming to the plate with Andrews leading things off against Langenberg. Ties on the mound after he struck out the side in the first. Andrews, the right-handed hitter, takes one right down Main Street for strike one. We're joined in the booth by Jim Barnes, heading into his second year head coaching the Iowa volleyball team. Coach, thanks for coming on. As this one is hit foul down the third base side, it's an honor to have you in the booth.
Oh, thank you. It's a beautiful day. Glad to be out at the ballpark.
Threw out the first pitch. How would you give your assessment on that today?
Well, I had my setter set me the ball first. That was a perfect set. The throw, I need a redo.
A do-over as this one is hit on the ground to Seegers at short. He welcomes it in, throws it across the diamond, one down in the second.
Well, and you've had, so I get to combine my two calls here. You know, this is, I get to work with you in the fall, and I've had a lot of fun. So what's your spring been like? How have you been trying to get the team ready now in your first full season?
Yeah, the spring was huge. Every day we got better, and just establishing that work ethic, that standard that we have every day. We got better through every match we got to play, the scrimmages we played. So it's just, real productive spring for us.
Good. You try, so a lot of recruiting still going on. I mean, I know the portal changed his life a little bit for trying to keep pieces in play, and I know not looking for any NCAA violations or anything on that side. So, but just I assume that work never stops either.
Yeah, it's changed it quite a bit. In fact, recruiting now. May is usually a slower month for us volleyball coaches, and we're on the phone day and night right now with the portal, and it never ends with the recruiting process. But we've built a great group of class in 23 and 24 coming in that we're excited about.
How do you see the culture developing that you're trying to put in place? I think if you look around at the way Iowa does things from sport to sport, the number one thing is culture.
Right. That's the part that we're most proud of. Our team plays hard. We play together, and the Iowa fans have really responded. It's been amazing watching them come to our games and support our team, and when we really get it going, they're going to sell out that place.
Tie with a strikeout of Petterini right there, 2 down in the second. Coach Heller, he's got his culture going here for a number of years now. Do you kind of draw from that and say, hey, that's where we're trying to take the volleyball program as well?
Yeah, absolutely. All the coaches here are just tremendous leaders, and I've learned from each and every one of them. I love watching all the sports. And Coach Heller with his 1,000 wins, that's just incredible. We were just talking, he started at 23 years old as a head coach. It's just amazing.
He's, I'm fortunate to work with both of you as that pitch misses outside. Coach Heller's great about welcoming us in. You've been great about welcoming me into the program, and it's so much fun, and we get those stories that you just don't get in a lot of different circumstances, but really appreciate all the stuff that you share. You know, we've spent some time with Bailey here as she's got a connection, and I've seen coaches and players here at a lot of games. It's fun, the support that teams have.
Yeah, you know, at this level, I don't think it's something you see every day. As just the way the Hawkeye fans are and the coaches are. It's such a neat family at the highest level. You can't ask for much better than that.
1-2-3 inning for the Hawkeyes defensively as Oakley flies out to left. We'll be back for the bottom of the second inning. Jim Barnes in the broadcast booth with us. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
Bottom of the second inning, Iowa and Ohio State scoreless. Kyle Huckstorf, Sam Peterson, Sam Honar coming to the plate. Try to get things started for the Hawkeyes this Sunday afternoon. We're in the broadcast booth with Jim Barnes, the head volleyball coach here at Iowa. Okay, give us a couple of maybe the standout athletes on your team that you're looking forward to having a great season when we get to the fall.
Delaney McSweeney comes to mind. She's an Iowa girl, and she stands out. She's 6'7". She's had a great spring and really going to bring it. Bailey Ortega, you hear her name a lot. Her personality is unbelievable. She's a Hawkeye through and through. Her setting has really gone to another level, so we're really proud of her. And Caitlin Buechner is the name to remember. She's a transfer that came in and was probably our best player in the gym. She just had a tremendous spring.
She had a lot of experience, too, coming in, right? I mean, as opposed to sometimes a freshman or somebody coming in with 3 or 4 years of eligibility. She'd been around the block playing a little bit, right?
Yeah, and unfortunately we only get her for one season. But the upside is she's ready to play. She's really a tremendous player.
Has she been able to kind of take a little bit of a leadership role then and kind of show some others, hey, this is what it's going to take?
It's something in those 4 months of spring, how much she grew and got more comfortable with it. But she's a leader by example. She just plays hard every point and wants the ball. And so it's hard to coach that part of it. She's just a baller.
Good. You've got a couple of, and that's Bailey is. You mentioned the personality. She's. If you put her in like a 6'2" body, you'd have an All-American Olympian,
sure.
I would think.
Yes.
1-1 is hit back up the middle, past the diving second baseman. Huckstorf is on with a leadoff single in the second. Whoa, Jenkins was pretty upset with himself that he let that one go by there, Johnny.
Second time he did that.
Yeah, he's pounding his fist into his glove. He's got to throw with that hand, Coach.
He thought about barehanding and then decided not to. But all 4 Hawkeye hitters have pretty much hit it right up the box at some level.
That's the game plan. Hit it at that guy, he'll die.
Have we got the schedule all straightened out? What are some of the highlights on the schedule that we know so far?
The big, 10 schedule is a highlight in itself.
Sure, yeah.
For sure. But we get to host 2 tournaments in the non-conference, so hadn't done that before. So we're at home for 7 straight matches, and Iowa State's in the middle of that. So that'll be a good time for us to start off the season.
Wow, that's you haven't ever given me that much work early in the year, early in the fall.
Yeah.
Peterson in the box right now with Huckstorf at first. Kyle's got a great lead. Here's the 1-0. Kyle hits it on the ground to third. Here's a double play. That was Sam Peterson, that hit into that one. 5-4-3, the twin killing.
Well, we saw that against Indiana, the other side, where Iowa got 4 double plays in the first 4 innings. We didn't need to see that today.
That's 2 already for Ohio State today. It'll bring up Sam Honar with 2 outs. The base is empty. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the second.
We can't get a double play because they can't get anybody on base.
This tie's been really good so
First pitch to Honar, just high and outside. Infield shifted Strong over there to the right. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Honar. That's low and in, ball 2.
Baseball players were pretty excited, though, when we went to Penn State. They got a charter flight. So
nice.
I said, we see this occasionally for volleyball. It's a pretty good way to go.
It's the way to travel.
The way. 2-0 pitch to Honar. Pops this one foul over our heads to the left, 2-1. What's the rest of the summer like for you? Do you get a break? You get to go a little bit of a vacation anywhere lined up or nothing?
Very little.
Okay.
With the portal, with camps, it's turned into a year-round thing, and so I will get out on the golf course in spot duty out there, enjoy the sunlight and that. But we're in a different gym, it seems, every weekend.
Sure.
You did a cool thing in Ecuador, though, right?
We did. We went with 23 of the athletes.
Honar drives this one to right, carrying well. Yes! Oh, and it's gone! Sam Honar. He breaks the scoreless tie. 1-0 Hawks in the second.
One way to solve your double play problem, just touch them all in one swing.
You might be the lucky charm. You broke the scoreless tie right there, Coach.
I'll take it. That was a rope right out of there.
Well, the TrackMan can't possibly be right for where that pitch was. I mean, we've seen Honar about hit a pitch that bounced out of the ballpark before, but that one looked low and in, and Sammy just turned on it and clobbered it over the right field wall.
Third hit of the game for Iowa, and it finally produces a run. Solo shot from Sam Honar, 1-0. Here is Seegers. First pitch is high to the Hawkeye shortstop.
All right, hit me with the Ecuador story.
Yeah, we went with 23 athletes from every sport and went down there to help them with Filter of Hope, which basically helps them clean their water up.
Seegers lines this into left. That'll be down for a base hit. Michael's rounding first hard, headed for second. Here comes the throw, safe at second base.
Yeah, it was just incredible with these athletes to go there and serve these people in Ecuador and help them get clean water. And through that, we were also able to share the gospel with them. It was just an amazing week. It felt like that week, felt like a month of just events happening there. It was a great time. My wife came with me too, so it was a great time.
Pretty cool stuff. The Hawks can do now. They've stopped hitting the ball right back up the middle, and a lot of good things happening here.
Spraying it around a bit. We'll see Will Moeffler in the box now, the designated hitter. Seegers at second with 2 outs. Iowa 1-0 in the second. First pitch to Moeffler. Breaking ball called a strike at the knees.
So you played. I know you kind of semi-jokingly mentioned you played baseball, but you played volleyball in college then too, right?
Did. Played college indoor and on the beach. Loved being able to do that, and couldn't make enough money to actually survive. So coaching was the next thing, and got very fortunate to be able to coach at an early age as well.
And you don't get to play. Probably don't play a whole lot of beach in Iowa. So that was down in Louisiana.
It was more on the Texas border in the Galveston area, but then we went to California to Florida to play on all the tournaments. So that was a fun time, but it taught me a lot about the fundamentals of the game.
Sure.
Time called for Ohio State as their pitching coach is coming out of the dugout. Are they making a change?
Well, he had some distress, so I think they're going to check. We might end up with a pitching change by necessity here. He didn't look comfortable there.
Yeah, this could be pretty interesting here. You had Jenkins was ruled to be ill on Friday, and so he was scratched from the start. Looked like he was good to go today on Sunday. He doesn't look too great out there right now. No,
and if you were sick Friday and all of a sudden you come out, I know they've probably had nicer weather than us, but all of a sudden you come out on an 80-degree day, that it's hotter on the turf, you could get uncomfortable pretty quickly.
He just chugged that Gatorade or water or whatever was in that cup pretty fast. Must be thirsty out there.
Well, yeah, if it's just a little dehydration, then they might get him through the inning, but they'll get somebody up in the bullpen and get active. But if if he's lightheaded or woozy,
well, I'm sure when he saw that ball leave the yard, it got him a little sick. So.
A little whiplash, Coach?
Yeah. Got a little lightheaded and woozy on that one. We've all, if you pitched at all, we've all been there.
Yeah. He just doesn't look too great out there, does he, John?
No, and it looks like he's about to. I don't know if he took I don't think he took the empty cup, so he just took the second cup. Didn't take that one down quite as quickly, but.
Got some movement down there in the bullpen for Ohio State, but nobody really throwing yet. It is warm today. It's in the mid-80s.
When if he can't go, if he has to leave for for injury or illness, then the new pitcher will get as much time as he needs to get warmed up.
He's got a cool towel on the back of his neck now as all the umpires huddle together.
Yeah, I can't. We talked in pregame about how if he got into the third inning, it was a push. The fourth inning, it favored Ohio State. I think right now, if he gets out of the second inning, it would be pretty comfortable for Ohio State, and they'll get somebody going and bring in somebody new, I would guess. And
looks like he's staying.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be all right and try to give it a go, but
he doesn't look like he's going to be all right. He looks like he's going to try to give it a go.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't given too much of a choice. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs for Moelfler. Seeger's out there at second base. Iowa leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second after the solo home run by Sam Honar a couple of batters ago.
This is where you kind of want to, not to be too cruel or critical, but you kind of want to wait him out a little bit. Make sure you get the pitch you want and
see what he's got.
Here's the 1-1. Moelfler fouls it back to the screen, 1-2.
Good breaking ball there right across the middle of the plate.
Coach, a message to the fans that are excited to see your team play in the fall.
Yeah, it was just every game we kept getting more and more Hawkeye fans last season, and this team's going to play extremely hard. And so we just can't wait till the fall and build on what we've started here.
Moelfler flies this one out to right. It'll be caught out there by Oakley, and that'll do it for the second inning.
Thanks for joining us, Coach. Appreciate you coming up, and I can't wait to bring the volleyball sounds to the radio too.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right. Head volleyball coach Jim Barnes in the broadcast booth with us this afternoon, thanking him for his time. Iowa leads it 1-0 after 2. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Top of the third inning in Iowa City today. Iowa 1, Ohio State nothing. Langenberg has sent them 3 up, 3 down in each of the first 2 innings. Good start for Ty. He'll see Irwin, Kazmar, and Thomas. That was nice having Coach Barnes join us there for a few minutes.
The whole staff is just a ton of fun to be around, and the team is as well. And so hopefully, the Big Ten is so difficult in volleyball. Typically we'll have 4 or 5 teams in the top 12 or 15 and a couple others that all want to be in the top 25. So the rebuild in volleyball is real, but that pitch is across for a strike. But he's really doing it with starting with culture and trying to build it out that way. And you got to get some buy-in in this day and age of it's easy to leave.
Building culture takes time, and we just don't see the time being awarded as much as maybe we used to. It's working here at Iowa in a number of sports.
Right.
It just seems to be the key to success long term.
And it's that you need that longevity, that chance of, and you need a couple of the players to really buy in for you.
3-1 to Irwin now after a couple just miss outside from Ty.
You need somebody to really step up and say, yeah, okay, this isn't Nebraska volleyball or Wisconsin volleyball, but I want to make a difference.
Fly ball into center. Huckstorf has it tracked down. He'll make the play for out number 1.
A little bit of the Caitlin Clark effect. Iowa women's basketball was good, had success, was at a level, and then Caitlin Clark said, "There's another level we can get to."
Right.
And her buy-in and her intensity to that has helped elevate Iowa, and so you kind of need you need somebody to take that chance on volleyball.
First pitch strike to Kazmar. He's their 8-hitter, their shortstop. You might have to refresh my memory a little bit, but 3 sets with Penn State?
5 sets.
I mean 5 sets, yep.
Went 5, lost, had a chance for a historic win there as that one misses outside. We got it 10-10 in the 5th, and then might have been a little bit of an, oh, geez, what are we doing here?
Yeah, foreign territory because have never beaten Penn State. As this one is lined foul to the left side. Obviously, they're a good program, great program. Purdue, 5 sets at home, too, so really close
had some
in that first year.
And then finally got a couple at the end. Had Michigan beat Michigan in 5 sets and actually came from behind, won the last 3, the old reverse sweep. Just misses high there. And then went to Michigan State and won a tight back-and-forth match there in 5 to finish up the season. So a nice way to end and kind of give some success and reward to the gang.
Here's a ground ball to the right side. It'll get past Honar into right center field. That's a base hit for Ohio State's Kazmar, their first of the day.
Hawks had on relatively heavy shift on that side of the infield. Seegers wasn't over there, but had a shift on, so it was too far for Honar to go to make that play.
Hank Thomas will step in, their designated hitter, tall left-handed batter. He's the one that hit that home run yesterday. First pitch from Ty, ground ball right side past a diving Honar, back-to-back hits. Wilmus comes up firing as the runner tries to go to third. It'll be cut off by Seegers. Runners at the corners for the Buckeyes with 1 out in the 3rd.
Good first pitch swinging there. That was a good pitch from Ty, too. Low fastball. It's kind of in the middle of the plate, but a little outside. Thomas just rolled over it and pulled it hard into right field. And Kazmar was full go the whole way.
All right, well, some traffic here for Ohio State in the top of the 3rd. Hawks out in front 1-0. Ohio State's had a lot of ground balls. The last 2 have gotten through to the outfield. Here is Lipsy. Runner takes off for second. No, he goes back to first now, and a strike is dealt by Langenberg on the outside corner. 0-1.
Thomas is 2 for 2 in stolen bases in the year, but he doesn't look like a Blazer.
No. Tall with not a huge lead over there at first. Extending it a bit, and I'll throw over to keep him relatively close.
I think if he goes, it's going to be more of an action go. It'll be to see how Iowa responds and what they do with it then.
No balls and a strike to Lipsy. Here's the pitch. That's in there on the inside low corner. 0-2.
Again, Lipsy's a 40-plus strikeout guy, and Ty's already struck him out once, so got a chance here to be a little particular.
Sure. Looks in for the sign. The 0-2 hit him.
Boy, that ball was never a strike, but he ducked his knee into that ball.
It was, if it was low, if you move it just straight vertical, straight up, that might be on the inside corner.
Yes. So that was, you could kind of see him dip his knees in. And we've talked a little bit about how he's gotten out of the way of balls. He dipped into that one, being behind 0-2. That is a pure art there to go ahead and get hit by that pitch.
He's kind of limping around over there at first, so definitely didn't do himself any favors. He's on first base. Now the bases are loaded for Ohio State with 1 out. Langenberg out of the windup. First pitch to Gravelin is a slider in the dirt. Good block by Moss, otherwise that would have been a run.
That is a great block by Cade, as that was well outside. Had to go out and keep it, and that'll cause a mound visit.
So Ty gets Nick Irwin on a fly out to center to start the 3rd, and then single hit batter. Bases loaded for the Buckeyes. Early going, Iowa 1, Ohio State 0.
Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants and more, just minutes south of Iowa City.
Coach McGrath trying to give some words of wisdom to Ty. Gravelin is the batter, and it's a good portion of the order that Ty knocked down in the first by striking out the side. This time around hit Lipsy. He's really going to have to work now to limit any type of damage with runners on every base for Ohio State and 1 out.
Now, you don't need to be perfect here. You just I mean, obviously your best case scenario is a ground ball up the middle for a double play. But just get an out, limit the damage to 1. See if you can leave at least tied.
1-0 pitch dropped low and out, ball 2. Gravelin, the right-handed hitter, out in left field today, batting .291 coming into the game. Here's the 2-0 way outside, ball 3.
Really strange there from Ty. It was a kind of an odd follow-through as he just overthrew that. He's working really fast. You'd like him to maybe take one deep breath here.
3-0's outside. 4-pitch walk brings home Ohio State's first run of the day.
He's frustrated, but that ball's outside.
Yep.
And so he's got to buckle up now.
Well, Ernst will come in. Bases still loaded with 1 out. We're tied at 1 in the 3rd now. I don't know really where this came from. Ty was sailing through the first 7 Ohio State hitters, and now the last 4 have gotten on. Here comes the first pitch to Ernst. Pop fly, right field line. DeRiggi goes back. Wilmus sprinting forward. Brennan's still going back. It's Wilmus that calls everybody off. He makes the catch. Throw quickly comes in. No tag opportunity for Ohio State. Great play there by Wilmus to get out number 2.
Good hustle there to get it, and then a great play to call DeRiggi off because Wilmus's momentum's all going toward home plate. It's a much easier throw for him than DeRiggi backpedaling. And Hawks have a chance here. Still need to make a good pitch. Got bailed out there. Boy, you have a 4-pitch walk, and you swing at the first pitch with the bases loaded on a breaking ball high and away.
Wow. All right, it's Andrews. First pitch is a called strike. Low outside corner. Ty dotted it there, 0-1 with 2 outs. Andrews grounded out to Seegers to start the 2nd inning. He's up now in the 3rd with a Buckeye on every base. Here's the 0-1. Blooped into right center. This could be trouble. Honar going back. Wilmus coming forward. It's Honar who's got it. And Iowa eludes damage there, giving up just 1 run.
Could have been a whole lot worse, and Hawks get it done there and induces 2 light contact pop-ups, and that's kind of what you want to see. He battled back. He was frustrated, but he got it done, and Buckeyes will bring in a new pitcher that the Hawks will have to try to get to.
All right, we're tied at 1. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. Cade Moss will lead things off. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oaknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
John Evans and John Leo in the broadcast booth this afternoon. Iowa and Ohio State tied at 1 in the bottom of the 3rd. Jonah Jenkins in the 2nd there had to call time and looked like he was maybe battling some heat exhaustion. We're not going to speculate or whatnot, but it was definitely a bit shaken up, and the trainers had tended to him. We were wondering if he'd come back out for the 3rd. He does not. Ohio State goes to the bullpen. They go with a sophomore left-hander, Jalen Jones.
Jones has 18 appearances on the season, including 4 starts. He's 0-1 with an 8.10 ERA, 20 innings, 18 hits, 20 runs, 18 earned, 18 walks, and 25 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just .240 against him as he has hit 8 batters. He's got good stuff. Fastball will be in the mid-90s. You're going to see 93 to 96. Got then a heavy difference slider that'll be down in the low 80s. But, just hasn't had good command. A little bit of an unusual delivery. I will really, we've said it all weekend long with Buckeye pitchers. They just struggle to get the spin in the strike zone. So, really be ready for the fastball, tip your cap if he can throw the slider for a strike and do some damage when he comes in the zone.
Tied at 1, here's Cade Moss. He's in the box, lefty versus righty. First pitch to Cade, right down the middle for a strike. Again, another one of these Ohio State pitchers that has about as many appearances as innings pitched. And we're in the bottom of the third. I don't know if they're going to stick with this guy for too long.
No, you think you might get 2-3 innings out of him, I guess, best case again.
Maybe Iowa has different plans, try to get him out sooner than scheduled. 1-1 is the count to Moss. He's been hot this weekend. Ball and a strike to Moss. Takes that on the outside corner. That's a called strike. He had 3 hits yesterday. And then on Friday night, just 1 hit, but reached 4 times in total. He was walked twice, hit by a pitch. Oh, he also reached on an error, too. So Moss was not put out on Friday.
A lot of action out of your starting catcher on base.
Right. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Cade goes down, tried to time up that off speed. On the outside corner, he's out number 1.
Outstanding breaking ball there. Cade saw it the whole way, just couldn't cue it up. So I guess that's the good news for Hawkeye hitters, even with the strikeout, is it looked like it was certainly a pitch he could see. So fastball, 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 and then sends that floater in. Probably would have been a strike on the outside part of the plate anyway. So
Ben Wilmus back to the top of the order. He'll take that at the knees for a strike. Oh, boy, John.
Okay,
I broke.
I promised I wouldn't complain. That is 4 balls low. That
Wow.
just isn't even close to a strike.
You can blame me for that one. The 0-1 is high and out.
All right, at least the account's now where it should be.
Yeah. Now we're back on track. That one was probably a strike.
Yeah, now I feel better. 1-1.
My discipline is not as strong as yours, John. My self-restraint, maybe. The 1-1, Wilmus lines it back to the screen, 1-2. John with a good snag off the netting.
Some of the pitches earlier I was okay with because they were reasonable. That one was unreasonable. The old, you used the term, he blinked.
Yes.
Except for that time he blinked and called it a strike.
1-2 is outside. That's a fastball, 2-2. 1 out in the inning. Iowa with 4 hits today. Ohio State with 2.
Iowa with the grounded into the 2 double plays has slowed progress.
Here's the 2-2. That's low. Ball 3.
Good job from the Menace to take some pitches. If they change his name to Dennis, that would really work out better for you.
We might just have to give him that nickname and just keep it rolling. Earn that nickname and get on right here, Ben. That's what I'll say. 3 balls, 2 strikes with an out. Bases are empty. The pitch to Wilmus. Blooped into right center. The right fielder, Oakley, moves over, and he's got it 1 down. 2 down, rather.
They got a little better contact on that than I thought. When you said blooped, I really did think it was just going to kind of leak over the second baseman's head, but ball had plenty of carry into it and got right out to the right fielder's depth for the second out.
Two up, 2 down for Iowa, and it'll bring up Tello. He singled up the middle in the first. Lefty delivers, and Raider watches it go by for a ball.
Hawks have been great this weekend answering Ohio State runs. They're going to have to do some work here with 2 outs to answer the run in the top of the third.
Yes. There's a fastball outside for ball 2. Think back to Honar's home run. That came with 2 outs. I believe 2 strikes as well. Maybe just 2 outs.
Now you've got me. Now you've made me look.
2 balls, no strikes to Tello. The pause and the pitch. Swing and a miss. I think he chased that one low and in. 2-1.
Yeah, you don't really saw the fastball, thought he could get it. You know, Jones, I'll get there, has a little bit of an unusual delivery. A third base side of the rubber, closes it off, but then throws it almost with a little 3/4 sling to the right-handers.
2-1 is low and in. That's ball 3. Hawks are hanging tough, though, and making him earn these outs that he's gotten in this inning.
Right. You were right. Honar was 2 balls, 2 strikes. He had a 2-0 count, then got to 2-2, and then hit the home run.
We haven't talked as much about that the past couple weeks, the 2-strike, 2-out hitting for Iowa. The 3-1, that's outside. Rader draws the well-earned walk. Keep the inning alive and bring up Brennan Durigge.
It's the good news. First inning, Iowa won't hit into a double play.
Yep. Hit 1-6-3 in the first, 5-4-3 in the second.
Just hunting positives.
Yes, that's a good start on one there. Durigge, he's had a really nice weekend. Multi-home run day against Illinois State last week. This one dropped inside, ball 1. Pretty close there.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to complain one way, we probably should complain that should be strike 1.
Durigge from the left side, watches that drift away from him there, 2-0. Jones all of a sudden kind of lost it a bit and missed the zone.
Well, he struggled a little bit on Wilmus there too, and was able to battle back and get the out. And that's kind of what command comes and goes.
Here's the 2-0, fouled back. Threw that one inside, and I think it got in on the hands on Durigge. Iowa's done a good job predicting, 2-0 pitches being in the strike zone, but they haven't been over the middle, right? They haven't been mistakes by these Ohio State pitchers today.
No, they've done a nice job of hitting their spots still. They haven't given in and just said, all right, here it is. I'm gonna take my chances.
2-1. Low and out, ball 3.
Wouldn't mind having Huck have a chance to repeat yesterday's third inning adventure. That was the third inning, wasn't it?
Got me looking.
Make you look.
Yes. Huck with a 3-run bomb yesterday in the third. Could do that if Durigge gets on, and then Kyle in the on-deck circle. Throw over to first just to keep Rader close. I don't know if Rader can get much closer to the bag. He just doesn't have a huge lead over there.
Yeah, Rader and Cade Moss are the two guys that don't really test the theory of how far can I go.
Find a gap somewhere, Brennan. Here's the 3-1 pitch on its way home. Inside, that's ball 4. We'll take it. It'll bring up Huckstorf.
Well, we talked a lot yesterday just about, Kyle hasn't been the Kyle we saw early in the year, but had some good at-bats yesterday. Just had the one hit, but, scored 3 runs, really did a nice job. It'd be nice to see him start to find his way a little bit, and maybe punish a mistake here would be good.
He's got a single today. 2 on and 2 out. In the bottom of the third, we're tied at 1. First pitch to Huck, way outside, ball 1. Huckstorf's one of those guys that if the pitcher kind of hangs an off speed to him, he can drive it out of here.
Right, if he sends that little floaty slider curveball out, at 79 miles an hour and makes a mistake up in the zone, Huck is more than capable of depositing it over the left field wall.
Back-to-back walks and then a first pitch ball to Huckstorf has drawn the pitching coach out of the dugout. Just go have a quick word with Jalen Jones on the mound.
See, he jogged. I like it, too.
That's the first time we've seen a little pace out of the pitching coach.
That was good hustle
this weekend.
I'm a big fan.
Huckstorf back in the box. 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs. Iowa trying to break the tie. All knotted up at 1 in the bottom of the third. Pitch to Huckstorf. There it is, called strike on the corner. 1-1. Kyle kind of crowds the box a little bit. At least he did right there. He backs up a little bit more towards the center of the box for this next pitch. That's coming from Jones. That's in the dirt, ball 2.
Boy, even I identified the breaking ball there and got a little clenched that Huck was going to get one, but he bounced it in there at the back heel.
Threw it way too low. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs. Runners at first and second for the black and gold. Here's the pitch to Huck. That's low, ball 3. Jones is losing it.
Jones better find it because there's nobody throwing in the bullpen. So
all on him, huh?
So he's the guy right now.
Well, if he finds it, I wouldn't be upset if Huckstorf runs into one. Makes him pay for finding it. 3 balls and a strike to pitch. Inside corner, called a strike, 3-2. That'll keep Kyle in the box for now.
Not really a pitch that Kyle's going to want to drive anywhere. Another really good pitch when behind in the count. He's really hit the edges. I don't know if he's aiming for him or not, but it's worked out for him.
The 3-2. Fouled straight back. The catcher's going to give it a shot over here towards the screen, and it'll find the seats for a foul ball.
It was a little spinner. Wasn't sure it was going to get over the screen, but it did. It's another good pitch. Fastball inside part of the plate. See if Kyle can get the barrel out. If he's going to try to jam him up, see if he can get the barrel out a little quicker and turn on it.
A lot of room in left center for Kyle. The runners will be going. The pitch. Kyle hits it on the ground to the third baseman. Irwin bobbled it. He's got no play. The inning stays alive. Irwin's tough weekend continues over there at third.
Boy, he's just had a really difficult time. I mean, I'm sure that ball's got some spin and it's got some challenge to it, but that's a ball you have to pick up, and you have to get the third out to pick up your pitcher.
He was backing up too. I don't know if he could have really come forward to get it unless he would have had a short hop, but just run yourself out of time when you do that with the speed that's on the base paths.
Yeah, he wasn't going to have a lot of time to throw.
Bases loaded for Peterson. Ball 1.
I don't even think he realized it wasn't in his glove. He went to transition, and the ball was already kind of bouncing away from him. I think he thought he had it, but make it hurt.
1-0 pitch. Petey takes a good cut at it, just missed it and fouled it straight back. Irwin over there at third is a senior too.
He's having a hard time picking it up. That's what, 2 errors and a questionable one?
We would call it 3 if we were scoring.
I would certainly call it 3.
1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. The pitch to Peterson. That's high, ball 2. Bases loaded for Iowa. Here in the third. Trying to break the 1-1 tie.
I know Petey's looking to hit one over the left center field wall, but the way he's kind of nipping on the edges, if he can find one out over the outside part of the plate and just line it into right center field, that'll work just as well for the purpose.
The 2-1. That's high, ball 3. Honar's on deck. Peterson can be selective here. Iowa's done a good job this past week in 3-1 counts. Riggy had a massive home run on Friday. The 3-1 count. Went off the batter's eye in center. Peterson's got that count right here with the bases loaded. The pitch. That's a called strike at the knees. 3-2.
If you're going to get that pitch called a strike, that's a really good pitch. I mean, there's just nothing Petey can do he's not going to elevate that. He's going to pound it right in the ground.
Full count pitch. Called third strike inside corner. And Peterson is down on strikes to end the third.
That one was a strike. It was close. I mean, again, it's a great pitch. It's on the inside part of the plate, and it's one you don't really want to swing at because you can't do anything, but you'd like to understand how he'd worked Huckstorf, kind of know when you get in the box, he's going to try to jam you up with 2 strikes.
All right, we stayed tied at 1. Headed to the 4th inning. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Ooh, got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Low-scoring game right now. Ohio State 1, Iowa 1. Top of the fourth coming up. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye baseball. Tyler Petterini leads things off. Left-handed hitter, their second baseman. First pitch strike from Ty Langenberg. Out for another inning of work. Ran into a little bit of trouble there in the third. Gave up 2 hits and 2 free bases. The 0-1 is grounded up the middle for a base hit. Petterini is on with a leadoff single in the Buckeye fourth.
He handles the bat really well. That's a great pitch from Ty. Down, breaking ball well below the zone. Petterini just goes down and gets it. Smokes it right back up the middle. I suppose that's how you're going to hit 319 on coming into the game.
He's had a couple of base hits, too, like yesterday where Marcus threw him a pitch way outside, and he just threw it out there to left.
Yep, just poked it out through the gap in the shift.
Oakley swings at the first one and fouls it back to the net. He's their right fielder, also bats from the left side. Again, everything with the exception of Irwin's fly out to center has been hit on the ground by Ohio State. Here's a bunt, comes right in front of the plate. Moss will pick it up, throw to first for 1 out. That's the first time we've seen Ohio State try a sacrifice bunt this weekend.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure if that was a complete sacrifice bunt or a little bit of a bunt for a hit or just convenience of either, but got the job done, moved Petterini to second with just 1 out.
Bring up Irwin now in the 7 spot. He had the error in the field that helped Iowa load the bases. Takes a good breaking ball to start things off from Langenberg there. Strike 1.
Nice hitter, 283 on the season.
Here's the pitch. That's inside. He throws that straight. It hits him in the hip. Good thing it had that break on it to bring it back closer to the middle a bit, but it's 1-1.
Well, and if he'd have done what Lipsy did, he'd have been on first base.
Yeah. There's an outside corner. No call. Ball 2. Close, but off the plate.
Yeah, mostly.
That low pitch that we saw in the last inning, that one's going to stick with us, isn't it? Here's one popped straight up. We might have to watch our heads here, John. Look out.
Missed us.
Over our heads.
I was waiting for the loud thunk.
Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Langenberg going for the strikeout. Hasn't had one since the second. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Good block by Moss. He picks it up. Runner's going for a third. Throw down. Tag down. Got him. Yes.
Great job there from Cade Moss. Snap out of the box as the ball just bounced away from him a little bit. Second out of the inning there, made at third base on probably a little bit overly aggressive from Petterini.
He's out number 2, and the count is full for Irwin. All of a sudden we could be out of this inning if Ty deals a strike. He doesn't. Low and out, ball 4.
Ty's fallen off the mound kind of wildly a couple times. Mostly it's been on the fastball, but on a couple breaking balls. I don't know whether he's catching his feet or if there's just some something in his mechanics that are a little off, but he doesn't usually do the spinning top motion coming off the mound. He, no position to field his spot. Just an odd way for Ty to do it.
Kazmar gets a piece of the first one from Langenberg and fouls it straight back.
This is kind of where the trouble started for Ty last inning.
Kazmar singled, as John alluded to there. The fastball floats high, ball 1.
Irwin does have 5 stolen bases, so Ty will have to at least vary the hold a little bit, pay some attention, and not let him get that vault lead.
He has a big lead already. Here's the 1-1. Outside corner, called strike 1 and 2. Very good pitch there from Langenberg. He'll toe the rubber now with 2 outs. Top of the 4th. Iowa and Ohio State in a great game, tied at 1. Here's the pitch. This is hit foul down the left field line. Runner was taken off to second there, so you're on the right track with him maybe taken off.
Yeah,
he did there.
Ty hasn't done the long hold yet. He really hasn't made him stop, so he's got to give that second look. And quite frankly, he could probably, if he holds just a beat longer, he could probably pick him off.
Watch that lead over there at first. Quick move home from Langenberg, and it's outside for a ball. 2-2.
He actually went the other way. He went with even a faster move to the plate, but Ty's got to stick to his rhythm right now.
That's part of the call that comes in from the dugout on the pitch is how long the hold is. Here's the 2-2, lined up the middle. Seegers is there. He's got it on the backhand. Long throw to first. Got him in time. Good play.
Yeah, had no chance to go to second base there because of the shift. Honar was nowhere to be found at second, but he was able to get his feet planted, made a great throw to first, and the Hawks are out of not a big mess, but a big enough one.
Still tied at 1. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Sam Honar will lead things off. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. They've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
John Evans and John Leo in the broadcast booth at Duane Banks this afternoon. Iowa going for the sweep of Ohio State, but we've got a good game on our hands so far. Bottom of the 4th, tied at 1. This has a little bit of a Friday game feel more than the previous 2 games of the series when Iowa blowout wins.
Well, sort of. You had, Ohio State's on their second pitcher, had a mound visit, and that part of it doesn't quite feel like a Friday, but certainly the 1-1 part of it does.
And we were in this spot, I think, yesterday, weren't we? Where it was relatively low scoring, and this is when we started to kind of break it open, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Yeah. So maybe Iowa, a second time through, will get the bats hot this afternoon as Honar, who's responsible for the run today for Iowa and his solo home run back in the 2nd. He opens up the 4th with a foul ball.
That'll be important again. Just make him throw some pitches. He showed you last inning. He doesn't always find the strike zone.
There's a nice breaking ball that Honar swings at and misses. 0-2 now.
We talked about identifying that breaking ball. The right-handed hitters have been able to see it better than Honar as the lefty.
Here's the 0-2 ripped foul down the first baseline.
He identified that breaking ball nicely.
No question about that. Just couldn't quite keep it between the white lines.
Well, you saw the catcher, Andrews, there was set up well outside. That ball dotted the inside part of the plate. Big mistake there that he got away with.
Another 0-2, way outside with the fastball. Gets to the backstop. This is our last game. We don't have a midweek game this week coming up, John.
Oh, yeah.
With it being finals week in Iowa City.
Finals week, graduation next week.
1-2 to Sam. Swing and a miss. Chase that one again. The low breaking ball, 1 down.
Yeah, Sam kind of went down below the zone. Just couldn't help himself. See if Seegers can get the party started with 1 out. Iowa again struggling. It's just looking 1 for 4 now with the leadoff hitter. So just not able to get that leadoff person on base. Same problem yesterday, but still scored a bunch of runs.
Seegers almost hit by the pitch. That one backed him up off the plate. Iowa's got 4 hits. They've had some traffic. The double plays hurt us in the 1st and the 2nd. had the bases loaded in the third. So, we're right there.
A couple walks.
Jones struggling a bit to Seegers, 2-0 now, and that one missed outside.
Kind of what bit Ohio State yesterday. Iowa was 0 for 5 with runners on base and 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. So getting them there, but just can't do anything afterwards.
2-0 is up on the hands, ball 3. Michael doubled in the second right after Honar hit his home run. He's got a lot of room down the left field line as the 3-0 is downstairs, ball 4. Michael continues his strong weekend. Gets on for the second time today with a walk.
Designated hitter Will Muffler.
And even though Jones is left-handed, he is slow to the plate. You just have to read the move well. It was Petey that got picked off yesterday, left-hander slow to the plate, but went over 4 consecutive times and was able to pick him off. So see if Michael can get a good read on the move and maybe cause some problems.
Immediately throw one over there and almost threw it away, but didn't have enough zip on it, so first baseman Ernst could move over and grab it.
I think Michael was back before the ball left Jones's hand, so you got to I doubt that's the best move, but Michael had a good read on that one.
Batter is Will Muffler, hit a home run yesterday. Seegers takes off, the pitch is high, the throw down is not in time. It was close, but Seegers beat it out. He's got a stolen base.
Got a great pitch to throw, too. High fastball, just above the zone, so almost a pitch out, but it kind of, second baseman there, that was Petterini, caught it in front of the bag, and so by the time he tried to slide the tag back, Seegers was able to go to the back half of the bag and slide in safely.
Good point. That's a smart slide in the placement of the hand there from Michael as throw it over to second. Keep Michael close. Muffler was the DH yesterday. Obviously did a good enough job to get the call again this afternoon. Coach Heller said that the DH spot will kind of be a rotation based on matchup moving forward. 1-0 pitch to Muffler. That's on the outside corner, 1-1.
You have a home run and a single yesterday. That might be enough to get you the call again.
Yeah, at the very least, give it another go and build some momentum towards the end of the season here. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Seegers out there at second. Bottom of the 4th. He's taken off for third. This pitch is inside. Throw down is dropped by Irwin. And Seegers makes it to third. Actually called a strike to Muffler now, and it's 1-2.
Irwin has just not had a good day. I mean, that's not the easiest ball, but he kind of just tried to slam it right into the turf, and I know he wants to catch it and make the tag, but pretty darn good throw, and just not able to catch it and transition into a tag, and the infield will come in now.
Muffler in the box, 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Runner at third, the pitch, way outside, low, 2. It's 2-2.
Yeah, with runners in scoring position, Jones really starts to go to that slider a lot. Threw the fastball there on the 1-1 pitch.
Sack fly would do it. We're tied at 1. The pitch fouled off over Cade Moss's head and out of the seats. Over the seats and out of the stadium. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Made a little bit of a mistake there. Sent that floater up the outside part of the plate. So I guess if you're going to miss with that one, miss kind of up and away from the right-handed hitter, but got a lot of strike zone there and Will fouled it back.
Infield in for the 2-2. That's low, ball 3. Jones up to around 50 pitches now. Had 42 coming into the at-bat.
It's been 3 sliders in a row, too, now that the runner's gotten down to third. We'll see if he tries to sneak a fastball past. He had been working the inside part of the plate on the fastball with nobody on base.
Full count pitch to Muffler. Hit him! Ouch!
Hawks actually Buckeyes catch a break there. As if Will's able to get out of the way of that ball, Seegers is going to score from third.
Where'd that hit him? That got him on the left, like ankle or foot. That was a low pitch, right? And there's no way Will could get out of the way of that one unless he jumped, right?
Nope, and we're going to have looks like we're going to have a pitching change right now.
Time called. We see their pitching coach come out of the dugout and see if they're making the move. It appears that they are. Iowa's got runners at the corners with one out, bottom of the fourth. All knotted up at 1. Pitching change for Ohio State. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever. Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
The Buckeyes go to the bullpen now in the bottom of the fourth, bringing in junior right-hander, 6'4" from Canton, Ohio, Logan Jones.
Lightly used arm, 5 appearances on the year, 3.86 ERA, 4 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. They're both earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .250 against him. Fastball is going to be in the fastball will be in the upper 80s. You know, really got a good pitch mix, got an over-the-top delivery, but you're going to see Hawks will see a lot of spin, and especially if he throws it for a strike, he'll double up a lot, triple up, come right back to it. So, you know, one of the guys that probably different than some of the relievers the Hawkeyes have seen. He'll throw it more often and rely on it more than trying to depend on you to chase it.
Well, the Hawks have had traffic every inning. They've had runners on, they've had hits, they've had walks. Only 1 run to show for it to this point. Feels like a good spot to change that tune, huh?
Don't be surprised here, too, if you see a little bunt action.
Okay. Iowa's executed that a number of times this weekend. Seegers is down there at third. The batter is Moss. Over there at first is Molfler after he was just hit by the pitch. Jones to Moss. Cade squared to bunt, angled it foul to the right side. You were right on there.
Cade is such a good bat handler. It's just something they do a lot. You've got Seegers at third, who's a lot of good speed there. But Cade was trying to push that down the first base line. There's a big hole over there with the second baseman shifted on him, but just couldn't get it down.
Cade squares to bunt this time. Oh, called a high strike. 0-2.
That'll change the plan.
Yeah, can't bunt very well with 2 strikes. Be all right with Cade swinging it. He's had a good weekend.
Cade's a good buy. I doubt he does it, but he could do it.
0-2, breaking ball just high. Had a lot of break on it.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice pitch. And if you're gonna waste one, that's a good spot to put it.
Can't give up on it, even though it starts high like that. Check on Molfler over there at first.
Because, again, he's got that. He's tall and he's really over the top, so that breaking ball is really coming down 12-6. It's not really the sweeping action. It's more of dropping top to bottom.
A ball and 2 strikes, the pitch. Called third strike on the outside corner. Got him with the breaking ball.
Yeah, it's just a good pitch, and this is where I always had the traffic, just haven't been able to get it done when they've had the runners in position. So again, the scouting report was if he throws the spin for a strike, you're going to see it over and over and over, and that's exactly what that at-bat was to Cade.
A couple of big strikeouts in big-time spots for Iowa so far today. Still the runners at the corners. Ben Wilmus is in the box. He's 0 for 2 today.
He's elevated that little breaking ball, and see if he tries to snap one down. Hawks might catch a break on one of those.
Moeffler takes off for second. The pitch is a strike, no throw down. 2 in scoring position now for Wilmus.
Now again, if you're Ben, you just saw a breaking ball. He's high strike. Be ready. If it's across the middle of the plate like that, tomahawk the thing over to Carver and give the Hawks a 4-1 lead.
0-1 delivery. Fastball outside, 1-1. It's one of the few fastballs we've seen from him so far.
I think that's the only fastball we've seen so far. I think the 4 pitches to Moss were all breaking balls, and the first one to Wilmus was too.
2 outs in the inning. Here's the 1-1. Ben watches it go by for a strike, 1-2.
And I'm not sure if Iowa's not seeing it or what the deal is, but they're kind of looking back complaining, and those are clearly strikes. There's no question about it.
Not even really on the corner. Here's the 1-2. That one's too far outside, ball 2.
And I mean, that's the idea. You see it in the center of the plate, it's going to break off the plate. If you see it kind of up and in, it's going to break across the center and be alive and be ready to go.
Runners at second and third. Here comes the 2-2 to Wilmus. Fouled it off the end of the bat. He'll stay alive. Raider Tello's on deck if Ben can find a way on.
Nice job there. That ball got out of the zone, but Ben stayed with it, was able to foul it off, lived to see another pitch.
Jones has got the sign that he likes. He's ready. From the belt, the 2-2. Swing and a miss.
Heated him up there, went full fastball right across the outside part of the plate. Buckeyes out of another jam.
3 strikeouts in the inning for Iowa. A couple of free bases to make things interesting. We've played 4 in Iowa City, tied at 1. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Ooh, got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Ah, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Here's an easy pill to swallow. Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
Iowa and Ohio State tied at 1 as we get to the middle innings. It's the 5th at Duane Banks. Right now it'll be 9-1-2. Thomas, Lipsy, Gravelin for the Buckeyes. Ty Langenberg out for this inning. Pretty good job there in the 4th. Gave up a leadoff single. Got some help by Cade Moss as that runner was eventually picked off. But a walk in there and a couple of base runners that Ty faced there in the 4th. Looking for a clean inning, something more like the 1st or 2nd. Struck out the side in the 1st, put down Ohio State 1-2-3 in the 2nd. There's a strike to Thomas, 0-1.
When the Hawks went full shift yesterday, Thomas did show bunt.
Ty whips that low and out away from Thomas. I haven't seen it yet, but again, I'll keep hammering the point. I'm surprised more teams don't do that. Show the bunt. This is ripped foul down the first base line, 1-2. It must be pretty hard to train a batter like this to put a bunt down the third base side.
Well, you think about, Ty's got, 4 different pitches and all the movement that's on 4 different pitches, or, Brody Brecht or Marcus Morgan, and you're just going to step in there and all of a sudden lay down a bunt when that's not really what you do. And so, yeah, it's certainly not an easy trick.
A ball and 2 strikes, the pitch from Langenberg. That's outside, ball 2.
I'm not sure I could bunt a straight 90-mile-an-hour fastball, let alone a fastball that had any real movement on it.
The 2-2 froze him. That's a called third strike. Brought that in right down the middle, and Thomas was fooled by it. Another strikeout for Ty. His first since the second inning. He's up to 5 now.
Nice job there as he just completely fooled him, as that was a center breaking ball.
That even started as a strike too, John.
It sure looked that way. It didn't look like it was too far off the plate. Had good movement, just kind of slid straight across.
Top of the order now for Ohio State with Lipsy. Lipsy's kind of got the special going where he struck out in the first, but then was hit by the pitch in the third. Here's the 1-0, a swing and a miss on one that almost hit him.
That
1-1.
That ball was more inside than the ball that hit him. How about that one?
Yep. He started that swing about the second it came out of Ty's hand.
He was fooled. He was hunting fastball, got the slider instead.
1-1, squared to bunt. Did he pull that back? Are we sure that he pulled that back?
Oh, no.
They say that he did pull it back in time. He was almost like drag bunting there as he tried to get down the line at first. It's 2-1.
He was absolutely drag bunting, and his hurtling over the way of it didn't look like he pulled his bat back.
Now he bunts this one down the first base side. Could be trouble. Derigi picks it up and applies the tag before Lipsy can get to first base.
That was really a good bunt, but a good play from Derigi to charge in, get it. I thought it was going to be close, the timing of it, but just a little too close to the line allowed Derigi to take the swipe at the ball and go ahead and make the tag 2 away.
The timing of that was perfect. If it draws Derigi further in at all or takes any longer to get there, you probably don't get him out. 2 down in the Buckeye fifth as Gravelin swings and misses at the first pitch.
And again, just more to the point with Lipsy, he just hasn't been able to find a way on base other than when the Hawks have kind of given it to him. So nice job to just go ahead and get him out.
Another strike from Ty. He's dealing right now, isn't he? That time with the breaking ball low and in, Gravelin didn't commit to it.
Breaking ball outside.
That's your call. There it is, just off the plate and a bit low too. Ball 1. That's a beauty. Wow. Great pitch.
We've talked. I don't know how Gravelin lays off that one, and then I'm not really sure how it's not called a strike.
How about that one?
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Fastball called a ball. Brought it a little bit higher, a little bit more inside.
And it was the fastball, so it dotted it right up. That's
straight and true.
That's strike 4.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Full count. Ty's winning an accuracy competition right now. He's gone low and out just off the plate.
Strike 5.
Okay, 3 times in a row. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him that time, and he chased it.
Hit the same spot. I mean, he went right back to it. He brought it in. He brought that in maybe 2 inches or a ball, but otherwise it was exactly the same 3 pitches that he'd thrown before.
Oh, boy.
Kudos to Ty Langenberg on getting the strikeout.
Finally gets it a few pitches extra there, but we'll take you to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied at 1 between Ohio State and Iowa. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness. Visit U.S. Cellular in-store or online and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. U.S. Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatkirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
Raider Tello, Brennan Derigi, and Kyle Huxdorf. Those will be the 3 Hawkeyes in the box, guaranteed in the 5th. Each one of them has reached base today at least once. Tello singled in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, and he'll lead things off in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Ohio State 1, Iowa 1 in the Sunday game. Hawkeyes going for the sweep. We had offensive days Friday and Saturday, still trying to figure out this pitching carousel that Ohio State's throwing at us today.
Well, the Hawks just have to keep breaking the links. Keep bringing new guys in. Ooh.
And the pitcher and catcher crossed up on that one, and that hit him right in the chin, maybe the upper chest. The catcher was anticipating that ball to break. It didn't, and he didn't glove any of it.
Yeah, he got fastball in a bad spot right there.
It's Andrews behind the plate. He's not going to be too thrilled with his pitcher, Logan Jones, after that one.
I'm not sure. I mean, based on where that pitch looked like it come in, was he expecting a different bounce and it kind of got him? Just an odd way that all happened.
1-0 to Tello. He went after that one, and it was low, and he missed it 1-1. Boy, if he makes contact with that, though, it doesn't go anywhere.
No, that's Iowa's got to get back to the good discipline. Not expanding the zone.
Here's the 1-1. That's a strike.
That was an interesting strike call from the home plate umpire.
He's got a different one on certain pitches. I'm not sure. That was almost like he was trying to ring him up.
Well, those are the 3 pitches that Ty threw for strikes to end the last inning that weren't called.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. Went after that slider outside. Iowa's striking out at a bit of an alarming clip right now. It's the 6th of the game and the 4th within the last inning and a third.
Well, that's all three hitters that Logan Jones has faced. He struck out, so pretty good inning spanning the last 2 innings of work for him.
And if you go back even further, that's 5 outs in a row recorded by Ohio State. They're all strikeouts. All right, we'll see DeRiggi in the box. Fastball outside corner for strike 1. Jones out of the stretch is ready for the next one to Brennan. It's on its way home. Inside, ball 1. Hawkeyes don't have a hit since the double from Seegers back in the 2nd. And stuck on 4. 1-1. Line drive caught by the first baseman. 2 down.
It didn't really catch all of that one. Looked good, but gave him plenty of time to get up and make the catch.
Feels like we're close, John, but just haven't been able to break through. This has been a relatively quick inning, though. Now in the 5th, we'll see Huckstorf in the box.
We got Jones for his inning in the 3rd here. He's just thrown, we got 17 pitches, so.
Fastball outside corner, strike 1 to Kyle. Nothing over the middle of the plate from Jones.
No, and really didn't see much from the last pitcher either. Although Jones looks like he's trying to hit spots.
Kyle grounds this right side and through into the outfield. There's a base hit with 2 outs. The first one since the 2nd for Iowa. And maybe that can get things going with Peterson coming up now.
Good job there from Huck. It looked like a late swing and kind of rolls it through the shifted infield, so it worked out. Jones is really slow to the plate. Huck with good speed. Wouldn't be terribly surprised to see him be on the move.
2nd hit of the day for Kyle. Peterson is up. He's 0 for 2. Kyle's got a good lead. Looks like he might be leaning a little bit. They'll throw it over there. And it gets away, and then it's knocked down by the umpire.
So why is the umpire 6 feet away from the bag? I think I hit Kyle in the wrist, too, so.
He was a little bit slow to get up. I'm not sure why the first base umpire is standing so close there. Matt Schaufert got away from the first baseman and then bodied up by that umpire over there. Another check. This is a much more accurate throw, but not in time. Huckstorf slides back in.
Or at least on the angle of where the throw's coming. Maybe if he sneaks behind the bag a little bit. I know there's proper positioning that they're where they're supposed to be, but.
There goes Huck. The pitch is outside. Throw down is not in time. Huck beat it. That was a true pitch out, too.
Full pitch out. They knew he was going. They knew Jones wasn't going to get to the plate. And Huck just flat stole it easy. Hawks have another chance to get their first hit with a runner on base and a runner in scoring position now.
It's not been a productive day for Iowa in that category. Hucksdorf at second. The 1-0 to Petey is a called strike, 1-1. Throw that one again, huh?
You'd think so, that Petey might be ready. Now, again, pay attention to the scouting report. Runner in scoring position. He just hit with spin. Be ready for more.
The 1-1. Ground ball left side. Get through there. It's through into left. We're waving Hucksdorf. He rounds third. Here comes the throw. It's cut off at the pitcher's mound. Hawks lead it 2-1. Sammy P.
Traveling through that right in the dirt. Wasn't really a good throw. Made it, I thought it when Huck hit the bag, I thought it really had a chance to be a close play at the plate, but that was excessive to try to hit your cutoff man. Hawks get their first hit with a runner in scoring position.
You served that one up real nice, didn't you, John?
I tried.
Yes.
I tried. Now we could serve up the Hawks have had 3 games in a row with a guy hitting multiple home runs.
Right. Honar is the prime candidate for that. He's already got one. Petey takes off for second. Throw is outside, and the throw down to second is not in time. Another stolen base. We're picking on this guy, aren't we?
And well, we should. Again, he's won 7+ to the plate, and so just a long time. He's got that really big long arm throwing motion, and then he's tall, so it just takes a little bit longer for him to get there. Hawks have another chance with Honar.
1-0 pitch to Sam. That's outside, ball 2. Iowa's out in front now, 2-1.
Honar really expanded his strike zone last time when he faced the left-hander. See if he can do a better job here of finding one he likes and doing some damage.
Here's the 2-0. Nope, outside, ball 3.
And I suppose, especially now that you've stolen second, I might be a little more careful with the guy with the power like Honar, but Seeger's on deck has been a really painful hitter for the Buckeyes too.
Yeah, red light, red light, red light. Ooh, he had the green light. He swung and missed at that. Was that ball 4, John?
Oh, yeah.
That was high.
Sure. That was up and out of the zone. Sent that floaty, spinny thing, didn't give in.
3 balls and a strike with 2 outs in the 5th. Iowa 2-1 now. Sam will take that one for a strike, about the same place, so maybe it would have been called a strike on the previous pitch. Counts now full for Honar. He's got to stay disciplined here.
Well, umpire Fichter looks at you and says, you thought the last one was a strike. That one's going to be a strike then,
sure.
too.
Why not? Pause on the mound from Jones. Peterson dancing around at second, the 3-2, but that's ball 4 outside. We will see Seegers in the inning.
It took work to get there, but he got it done. That's the risks of expanding your strike zone, but all good. Seegers average up to 301. Chance to do some damage here. Just 204 with runners in scoring position. Let's improve on that one.
Yeah. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Seegers in the box, fouled off the first pitch back to the pad. Hit it off the end of the bat. It just clicked the bat.
He was just way ahead of that fastball and tried to pull it. It was so far on the outside part of the plate. Just almost swung and missed just because of all the dynamics of it.
Iowa's stolen third a couple of times today. They won't do it here as there's a pickoff move to second just to keep Peterson close.
You do see Iowa do that with, we've talked about it a couple of times. They tend to wait until there's 2 strikes, and then they try to make that play. It's almost like a hit and run action. But we'll see. But 2 speedy base runners out there.
0-1 pitch went over Michael's head. Breaking ball that just, it's like Michael had a force field around him, and it.
All right, so we saw a ball behind Petey yesterday. We saw one now over Seeger's head.
Man.
I don't know, can he jump and clip that up in the air?
I think he was ready for that one to bounce off his noggin, but instead he's still in the box. The 1-1 popped it up. Shallow center. Lipsy coming forward. He'll make the play for the third out. All right, Iowa they regain the lead with 1 run now in the 5th. It's 2-1, a low-scoring affair so far in Iowa City. Back after this is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Ah, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Ty Langenberg gets to pitch with the lead right now in the top of the 6th. Iowa 2, Ohio State 1. Close game today, John.
Yeah, Ty didn't fare very well the last time he had the lead. So he sat in the dugout quite a while then, popped out and got an out and kind of lost control a little bit. See if he does a better job with Prosperity this time.
Yeah, good part of the order coming up for the Buckeyes, too. 3, 4, 5, Ernst, Andrews, and that Petterini, who's been pretty good this series.
He's one of those guys, I think you'd like to have him on your team. I'd like to not see him anymore for a while, being that he's on the Buckeyes.
We got a couple of batters before we get to him. Start with the first baseman, Ernst, who's 0 for 2 today. Ty deals a strike like he has a majority of his at-bats so far today, a first pitch strike. Gotten ahead on these guys early. But then the next pitch is high and out for a ball, 1-1.
Ty had 59% strikes coming into the inning, so good job pounding the zone.
Langenberg out of the windup, the 1-1. Got him to chase it, 1-2.
He's done a really good job, too, with some show pitches. Balls that look good, and then they aren't good. Get him to swing over.
Nice pitch that's low. Ernst almost golfed at it, but did not, and the count's now 2-2.
That's a good piece of hitting there from Ernst to lay off that one.
Langenberg out of the offset windup, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on that one.
Went right back to it, just elevated it just a little. Still down in the bottom of the zone, though. And another strikeout for Ty.
He's up to 7 now. He's gotten 3 in the last inning and a third here.
It started strong, and now it's got on a little bit of a run again.
Skips the slider to Andrews to start things off. Andrews is 0 for 2 today. Got some light throwing from Jared Simpson in the Iowa bullpen. 1-0, skied foul over the seats to the right. Been really impressed with Ty. I mean, the start of the season just was not what he was hoping for, and a little time in the bullpen, and since his return has been very good.
Well,
Downstairs on that, 2-1. Go ahead, John.
He's got a little bit more of an attitude. He's developed a little bit of an anger, I guess we'll call it, and he's really turned that into a positive.
Missed a few times in a row to Andrews now with Petterini on deck.
That was that unusual follow-through again. I'm not quite sure how or why or when that one comes, but it's never been a strike.
3-1 is hit well to center. Huckstorf moving back towards the track. He and Wilmus come together. Kyle's got up to it. He's caught it for the second out. I'm with you on that with the spin. I think when Ty throws it, he almost knows it's not going to be a strike, so maybe he doesn't think he has to be in position. But I'm with you. Whenever he spins out of his delivery, It's a ball.
And I suppose it could be like I hit a bad golf shot, and there are times where I release the golf club. So that one's fouled off out of play to the left. So it could be one of those things, too, where it's just, hey, this is no good, and I know it right even before I throw it. So you just kind of let it go.
No balls and a strike to Petterini. The pitch from Langenberg. Hit well to right. This is trouble. Wilmus going back. He's at the wall. It is gone. And we're tied at 2.
101 off the bat, 385 over the right field wall. Didn't clear it by a long ways, but took that inside fastball from Langenberg. And again, the Buckeyes have the response to the Hawkeye run.
That's been the story of this game, where the first 2 games of the series, we answered whenever Ohio State scored. Today, it's just the flip of that.
Right, and Iowa's had the chances and haven't been able to succeed. Yesterday, the Buckeyes couldn't come up with a big hit, when they had a chance early in the game.
Langenberg dials back in and throws a strike to Oakley. We're tied at 2 now in the 6th, each team with a solo home run.
Ty will be up over 90 pitches, probably going to be his last inning here.
This is flared into right center. Wynn toying with it a bit as Honar goes back into shallow right. He's got it for the 3rd out. Okay, we get out of the inning but give up the 2-out solo home run to Petterini, tied at 2. Bottom of the 6th coming up. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong Team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong Team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
New pitcher into the game for Ohio State, a junior right-hander, Justin Eckhart.
2-3 on the season in 17 appearances and 6 starts. He has a 7.50 ERA, 36 innings pitched, 44 hits, 36 runs, 30 of those were earned, 13 walks, 23 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .299 against him, so good control. Fastball is going to be around 90 plus or minus. He's going to have a slider and a changeup. Changeup's going to look like a fastball. He throws it hard, so it'll not a huge difference in the 2 pitches. But again, kind of the same story that we've been talking about, and where Iowa's kind of slipped here a little bit in the middle innings is, get him in the zone. If you don't chase out of the zone, he's not going to get you out.
So back to the plan, back to the plate discipline. It'll be Moeffler, Moss, and Wilmus due up.
Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country.
All right, Ohio State 2, Iowa 2. Through the middle innings now in the bottom of the 6th. Iowa with 6 hits, Ohio State with 4. Here's Moeffler. First pitch strike to him on the outside corner. Righty on righty matchup. Moeffler's been on one time today. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th. Flied out to right, back in the 2nd. Lays off that slider low and out, ball 1. Talk about the plate discipline a little bit. Iowa's struck out 6 times today.
They have drawn 4 walks, but
1-1 is outside. Andrews tried to frame it, but couldn't. 2-1.
Outstanding frame job there. It's worked for him a couple times, so might as well keep selling it.
Outside again there, ball 3. Good job by the Hawkeye Leadoff hitter in this inning, Will Mulfler, to work this 3-1 count.
That pitch was probably a strike, but he missed his spot, so Andrews wasn't able to give him a good frame job that time.
Here's a ground ball up the middle and through into center field. Mulfler's got a single to start the 6th.
Willie doing a nice job down in his DH role, bottom of the order.
And this is just his 8th game of the year, and feels like he's just kind of been around all season, hasn't it?
Well, and you give a little better weather, helps keep the back loose and helps keep you ready to go. So good to see him have some success. Just a quality individual.
Moss will square to bunt way early. The first pitch to him, he bunts it down the first base side, and the pitcher will come off the mound and flip it over to first for the out. Mulfler gets to second. Good execution on the sack.
Perfect bunt right there. Third baseman was charging hard. First baseman was holding on. So you made sure you pushed it all the way out there so that they had to field it on that side. Mulfler advances to second, top of the order. We'll try to get the Hawkeyes' second hit with a runner in scoring position.
I see what you did there, John. It's Wilmus.
I tried with Petey and I failed miserably, or Honar on the home run.
Ben is having a bit of an atypical day for him. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Mulfler out there at second. 1-0 pitch to Wilmus. Swing and a miss. Just missed that one.
Yeah, good fastball right across the middle of the plate, a little bit to the outside part. Again, we talk about it a little bit with Ben. When he's at his best, you look at that right center field gap. Stop trying to pull it. Just knock it right out there. Drive it somewhere. You're going to run a long time.
Fastball's outside, 2-1, just off the edge.
Close pitch there. Andrews again framed it up, held it in the spot. Buckeye pitchers, I know there's been a number of walks, but for the most part, when they've tried to hit edges, they've done a really nice job.
Wilmus cranks this one down the left field line, hooking, foul.
Dropped on the breaking ball as that was low and inside. You know, it sounds good and it feels good, but when the pitch is executed that well, that's all you can do with it.
Yep.
And so that's a good pitch and just a loud strike.
Got to protect the outside corner. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Overpowered by the fastball, 2 down.
Heating him up. That's a really good fastball up in the zone, up and in a little bit. And after you've just seen that heavy breaking ball, just a touch late. Mayor Bob down in the dugout giving the fans something to cheer for with Tello coming up to the plate.
These fans want to explode with joy, and Tello can help them out with a base hit here. Mulfler still at second with 2 outs. All tied at 2 with Ohio State in the bottom of the 6th. Tello in the box. The first one to him is low and out, ball 1.
2 good at-bats to start the game, and then didn't see eye to eye with the home plate umpire on his last at-bat.
1-0 pitch. Tello chops it to third. Irwin's got it. His throw over is in the dirt, but picked up for the third out. Irwin made that play.
You keep criticizing his in-the-dirt throws. He's doing that on purpose every single time. He's not trying to get that across.
It's a long throw, and it has a high enough hop that goes right to the first baseman. All right, Iowa gets a leadoff single from Mulfler, but that's it. We'll go to the top of the 7th, tied at 2. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
An easy pill to swallow? Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. They've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
Bottom of the order coming up for Ohio State as we get to the top of the 7th here at Duane Banks this afternoon, all tied up at 2 apiece. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye baseball. All right, Nick Irwin leads it off. He reached on a walk his last time up in the 4th. Langenberg is out there again. Pitch count is at 92.
Yeah, that was pitch 93 in the game. You probably got Simpson close to ready, but I'd like to see Ty get through this.
High there on the 1-0. It's in the zone, but called a ball. It's 2-0. It's like one of those situations where you kind of have a feeling that if Ty doesn't get this first guy, he's done.
Maybe.
There's one on the outside corner, but low, ball 3.
Well, especially if you do it on a 4-pitch walk, even if one of them's a strike, you're not you're not going to get a lot of extra rope.
That one is a called strike, 3-1. I'd just like to see, maybe I'm making an improper assumption that Ty would be done if he doesn't get this guy, but I'd just like to see him get that first guy, not have to worry about it. 3-1 is a called strike on the outside corner, 3-2.
Wow.
Makeup?
Well, I guess, but I mean, Ty threw better pitches than that on the other ones that he didn't get the guy punched out, so let's just get it done.
That's low. Ball 4. Very close from Langenberg, but after all that work, end up walking Irwin. The leadoff man is on for Ohio State late in this one in the 7th.
Tello better come in because I think the freshman Kazmar is going to be laying down a bunt here.
Yep, Rader is creeping forward, even with the bag at 3rd.
See if Ohio State can execute the short game.
Kazmar squares the bunt, pulled it back, called strike.
It's a big spot here in the game. We're down to 9 outs for both teams.
Yeah.
So
tightest game of the weekend.
Iowa hasn't played a ton of these games.
Here's a ground ball off of Ty's foot. Ouch. Honar picks it up, throws it to first in time to get him there. So it's like a sacrifice bunt, but it comes with some pain as Langenberg took that one off the ankle. Ouch.
I didn't see exactly where Seegers was playing. I'm not sure if that was a benefit to the Hawks or if it more of a hurt, and that'll do it. As we'll see Jared Simpson more than likely.
Yeah, Coach Heller is out of the dugout making his way to the mound. And that could be it for Langenberg. Still waiting for the sign from Coach. For now, a bit of a mound visit, maybe to get Jared a few more pitches. You see Jared making his way towards the half wall out there and right. That'll do it for Ty Langenberg. He'll exit to a standing ovation from the Hawkeye fans in the 7th. Pitching change coming for the Hawkeyes. We're tied at 2. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At MidAmerican Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans-win.
Top of the 7th inning, Ohio State 2, Iowa 2. The Buckeyes have a runner at second base with 1 out. Ty Langenberg's day comes to a close. Will give way to Jared Simpson, the left-handed senior from Clinton.
Simpson's made 17 appearances on the year, including a start, 4-1, 5.50 ERA, 36 innings, 33 hits, 24 runs, 22 of those were earned, 18 walks, and 57 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .239 against Jared. We saw Jared Friday, right?
Yes. Simpson getting a double dip this weekend.
Jared threw inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs. Just one of those was earned. Walked 1, struck out 3 on Friday.
It's basically that same lineup, too, for Ohio State, so these guys will be familiar with Simpson. We're at the bottom of the order with Thomas. I guess Thomas didn't see Jared because he didn't play on Friday.
Yeah, Thomas would have been the one guy that didn't. And Friday was like a weird full moon, so yeah, we're just going to chalk whatever happened up Friday to strangeness. And
the only thing that was legit was our win, huh? Well,
exactly.
Maybe that.
You know, and I mean, the change here is you've got 3 of the next 4 hitters are left-handed, so good matchup for Simpson coming off the first base side of the rubber. And, you know, a little bit of a 3/4 delivery here. So
Iowa scored 1 in the second. Ohio State answered with a run in the third. Then the Hawkeyes scored in the 5th. Ohio State tied it in the 6th with a solo home run from Petterini.
I think we talked about this on Friday. The hard part with the way Jared, you know, with the angle he tries to create, is it does make it really difficult to get inside on these left-handers. So have to work away a little bit.
Runner at second. First pitch from Simpson's on the outside corner away from Thomas, called strike. 1-1, rather 0-1 with 1 out.
And the Hawks have shown, you know, they want to shift defensively, and so there's a big hole if Thomas is willing to go the other way to left field.
Moss is set up a bit outside. This pitch is another strike. Low on outside corner. Great one there from Jared.
Just dotted the spot both times here. See where he goes now.
Almost setting up for that outside slider because he's worked over there a couple of times, or he might go after him right away. No balls, 2 strikes with an out. Simpson comes set. Long pause. And from the belt, the pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1.
Good show pitch there. Don't want to give him your good one yet.
Just to see if the junior would go after it.
If he's willing to help you.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Jared is ready. Here it comes. Drifted outside, ball 2. Way outside.
Threw the breaking ball that time. And again, probably needed to throw that one after the 2 strike pitches when you dotted it, because then you might get the chase. You've shown him one outside. He was able to kind of see it in that tunnel and lay off.
Find a way back into the strike zone now with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. High heater up and in, and that wasn't close.
No, went way out of the zone there, but actually a ball that he thought he was going to be able to hit inside, he was mistaken. And there's 2 away now.
Wow. So the first 2 were strikes, and then a couple of setup pitches to set up the setup almost.
I don't know if that was exactly what Jared was looking for on that 2-2 pitch, but worked out nicely.
The result was all right. Back to the top with Lipsy. 2 outs, runner in scoring position. First pitch is low, maybe a bit outside too. Ball 1.
Says you.
Yes.
21-20's today's attendance, so we were pretty much right on. Didn't quite get to where we got to yesterday. But another good crowd, over 6,000 people here for the weekend.
Great weekend. Finally got some good weather to fill this place up. Simpson misfires with the fastball.
Funny what happens with a little sunshine.
Hopefully we have something similar next weekend with Michigan State in town. Big series with the Spartans, who are in the top third of the Big Ten. 2 balls, no strikes to Lipsy. 2 outs, runner at second. Pitch from Simpson, hit him in the shoulder. That was tough because when Jared started his motion, it looked like he was still peeking at the runner at second base. I don't know if he ever got locked back in on throwing it home.
Yeah, they do that sometimes, with trying to vary the holds. We talked a little bit about how long you look at how long and when you pick up the glove. See,
that was just a little bit later. It felt like this time. It'll bring up Gravelin. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He does have a walk today. First one from Simpson is inside.
Wow.
Man. All 3 days, the corner has not, the border of the plate has not been a strike.
Well, occasionally. Today has been, and then it hasn't been. No, you're not going to get me started. I'm not doing it.
I'm a bad influence. 1-0 is hit foul to the right side. And it's 1-1. We made a pact before the game. I think I lasted to what? I
think it was the third inning, but that ball was such a ball that was called a strike that I understood your angst on that one.
See what Simpson's got up his sleeve for the 1-1 to Gravelin. Moss set up a bid outside. Pitch from Jared. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Into center, Hucksdorf picks it up. He'll throw it home. It is cut off by DeRiggi. Ohio State's got the lead, 3-2. That ball was hit hard.
That ball was roped nicely.
And the leadoff walk ends up hurting the Hawks.
3 bases, and you're not out of the woods yet.
Ohio State with the lead on Sunday. They're trying to avoid the sweep. They're up now 3-2 in the 7th.
Illinois beat Michigan State 10-3 today, so they swept the Spartans.
Wow. What kind of omen is that for when they come to town next weekend? They'll probably be a little bit motivated. Batter is Ernst, another lefty. First pitch is a called strike. Runner takes second without any throw from Moss. So 2 in scoring position for the Buckeyes now. And a big at bat, Simpson versus Ernst.
Yeah, one's a hill you don't feel too bad about. Three's a big hill. You're going to see the Ohio State closer at some point who's got 5 saves on the year.
0-1, drifts low and out, ball 1. Zach Volker is getting loose in the Iowa bullpen along with Luke Llewellyn, a couple of righties. Hope we don't have to see either of them in this inning. Buckeyes up 3-2. Here's the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Looked like Jared's trying to guide those last 2 instead of just throwing it.
Yeah, he's not really, you get squeezed a little bit, and all of a sudden you start doubting yourself on the strike zone. He's just got to trust himself, know that he can hit the spot, and trust the umpire to do his job.
2 outs in the inning. Just got to get one more. The 2-1 is up and in, ball 3.
That was the pitch he got Thomas to swing at, miss. With the right-hander on deck and Andrews, wouldn't be surprised to see one or the other down there from the bullpen if Jared can't finish off this at-bat in a positive way.
Breaking ball low and in, ball 4. Bases loaded for Ohio State. Big trouble now.
Still just an out away, but that will bring the pitching change.
Andrews will come to the box. He'll face a new Iowa pitcher. We'll see who it is. Right after this, the Buckeyes have taken the lead in the 7th. It's 3-2. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oaknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, Start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
Tough spot for the new Iowa pitcher, who will come in with the bases loaded and 2 outs for Ohio State in the 7th. They're on top 3-2. We'll see the junior from Urbandale, the right-hander Luke Llewellyn.
He's 1-0 on the season with 2 saves in his 20 appearances. 2.31 ERA, 23 and a third innings, 12 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned, 18 walks. No room for any of those this time. 33 strikeouts. Opponents just 158 against Louis. University of Iowa Healthcare has the game plan for your same-day healthcare needs. If you need treatment for a common illness or minor injury, visit one of several UI Quick Care or Urgent Care locations throughout the Iowa City-Cedar Rapids corridor. Their care and expertise will help you get back in the game. UI Healthcare is proud to sponsor your Iowa Hawkeyes.
All right, no room for error with Andrews in the box, Llewellyn on the rubber. Game feels like it's hanging in the balance right now. Buckeyes have their first lead of the day. They're up 3-2 in a low-scoring affair. 2 outs, bases loaded. Llewellyn is ready. The pitch. High, ball 1.
Andrews put the ball in play all 3 times today, but nothing to show for it.
Llewellyn comes set with the 1-0 pitch. Here it is. Outside corner, called strike. Pretty decent hitter, though, with the bases loaded, isn't he? Batting .444. Only .229 with 2 outs, though, so somewhere in the middle with those.
Now let's go with the .229.
Yes.
Let's go with that one. He's pretty good with runners in scoring position, too.
Moss is a brick wall behind the plate on that one, 2-1.
Louis' first appearance in a weekend has been good. His second ones have been a little less predictable, so hopefully he can step back up there, show some grit, get out of this jam, and let the bats mount a comeback.
Big pitch here. The 2-1 is outside, 3-1 off the plate. That was a swing pitch in the at-bat.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, and it's a ball. It misses just wide.
That's a called strike. 3-2 now. All right, John.
Play the music, start the carousel.
Yep.
Runners are moving.
Let's get this crowd behind Luke Llewellyn on the 3-2 pitch. With 2 outs, bases loaded. He's got the sign that he likes. Here's the pitch. High, ball 4.
Not even close.
Walked in a run. It's 4-2. 4 free bases in the inning.
And that
second baseman
brings in Pesterini.
Yeah. He's been a Hawkeye killer this weekend, and it's about the only guy for Ohio State. He singled in the 4th, hit a home run in the 6th. Llewellyn missed inside to start off his at-bat. Ohio State 4-2 in the 7th.
Hawkeye fans have seen enough of this strike zone.
Yeah. Bases still loaded with 2 outs. The pitch way inside, ball 2.
This is a great stop from Cade Moss.
Time called. We'll have pitching coach Sean McGrath head out there and have a chat with Luke. This doesn't feel too good right now. We're in the 7th. Got plenty of time, but Ohio State trying to do some more damage here in the 7th. With the 4-2 lead, bases loaded and 2 outs.
Plenty of time, but the Hawkeye bats have gone into a little bit of a slumber. And all of a sudden now you're struggling to find a shrinking strike zone.
Iowa will have a good part of their order, which, you know, I really shouldn't say that because the whole entire order this weekend has been good, but today it'll be DeRiggi, Huckstorf, and Peterson when we get to the bottom of the 7th.
You got to get out of this where it is.
Yes.
You know, it's, again, I said 1 doesn't seem insurmountable. 2 is okay. It's less than great, but it's where you are now, so you accept your reality, but you've got to stop the damage right here.
2-0 is in there for a strike. Pederini took it, thank goodness. That was right down the middle.
93-mile-an-hour, low center of the plate.
Llewellyn really operating quickly now. The 2-1 pitch, way high, ball 3. Give up runs, make them earn it.
Wow, and that's the whole series of this inning.
Inside, ball 4.
Not even particularly close. There's the funny thing is the opening pitch of the at-bat is the one you might complain about, but we'll have another pitching change.
Llewellyn is done in the 7th. 3 runs have come across for Ohio State. They lead at 5-2.
Just one hit. I mean, that's the hard part is, trying to come back to get the second weekend. I mentioned coming into Cristo to finish it off. We're going to come into Cristo right now.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll get you the stats on Christofferson right after this. Ohio State out in front now 5-2. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatKirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
All right, Will Christofferson tasked with a tough duty now. He comes into the game, the right-handed junior from Bettendorf.
Cristo has 21 appearances on the year. He's 2-1 with a save, 3.72 ERA, 19 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 9 runs, 8 of those were earned, 11 walks, and 40 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 147, and man, could we use strikeout 41 right now.
Need it bad. Iowa down 5-2 in the blink of an eye, but it's been I say a blink of an eye, but it's been a slow grind for Ohio State getting those runs because we've walked 4 in the inning and hit 1.
Well, at one point I mentioned Ty was at 59% strikes. Hawk pitchers now 53.5% strikes.
All right, got to figure it out here. Oakley is the batter, bases loaded with 2 outs. First pitch from Christofferson in there for a strike. Good job, Will. Oakley today is 0 for 2. Christofferson delivers a slider that's in there for a strike, 0-2 now. Can hold him here and
give yourself a chance with 9 outs.
Right. Iowa down by 3 in the top of the 7th. Righty on lefty matchup right here. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. And Cristo's fired up. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And that gets the 3rd out. But 3 runs come across for Ohio State. How about some Hawkeye magic here at Dwayne Banks this afternoon?
Rally cap.
All right, 5-2 Ohio State. We're back for the 7th right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Congratulations. You're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent to help you pick a policy that's right for you. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
We all love a good win, catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
All right, Hawkeye hitters, work cut out for them now, down 5-2. Have 7 hits today and have drawn 4 walks. I don't know if we've been hit by a pitch. Yeah, Moeffler got hit by a pitch.
He was going to walk on that anyway. But.
Right, so had opportunities, but just 2 runs to show for it. It's been a frustrating day offensively. Frustrating game start to finish, actually, with all the free bases we've given them, too.
Well, and that's, just looking at it, 6 walks again, 2 hit batters at what looked like a pretty clean game to start with. All of a sudden, unfortunately, instead of stringing those walks out over the course of a few innings like what Ohio State's done, Iowa piled them all into 1 inning and paid dearly for it.
Eckert is the pitcher for Ohio State. DeRiggi watches it go by for a ball. That one up around the letters.
I would assume they'll try to get him through this inning. Beidelshays will be the 8th and the 9th unless the Hawkeyes can break the chain.
Yep. Coach Heller talked about 1 through 9, each hitter focusing on finding a way to get on base. That's the key for DeRiggi here. The 2-0 pitch. That's on the outside corner, 2-1. Can't regain the lead or tie it up with a swing of the bat here, as it's 3-1, but you can build towards it if you just find a way on.
Well, all right, I'm trying to think. It's not a parade with 1 car. So you gotta get a couple cars here to get the good parade going.
Line them up. Here's the 3-1 to DeRiggi. At the knees, called strike.
Better hustle.
Brennan better pick up that bat and get in the box.
That was, what's frustrating about that is ball 4, and we saw so many pitches in the last inning not get called that way.
My tongue hurts. I just had to bite it. 3-2, lined into left center, carrying well, and over the left fielder's head. It's a gapper as DeRiggi digs for 2. He's got a double. How about that for the Hawkeyes to get it going in the 7th?
You don't want me on first? You want me on second? Here we go.
Fire it up and get it rolling, says Brennan DeRiggi, as he goes opposite field, and that one got moving, didn't it?
Tattooed that 110 off the bat. Great pitch there, 92 miles an hour, low and away. DeRiggi, again, didn't try to do too much with it, just drove it, and I mean drove it out into left center field.
All right, it's up to Huckstorf now to keep things going. DeRiggi at second, bottom of the 7th, Iowa down by 3. First pitch to Kyle, swing and a miss. Challenged him with the high fastball.
Good cut there, and again, I just don't like to see these guys maybe just at least keep that middle approach, or leave right center field.
That's in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Andrews. DeRiggi wasn't able to go anywhere. He'll stay at second base.
We talked about it when Eckert came into the game. He's got a fastball. Hawkeyes have seen it. It's the type of thing, it's not unusual. It's not super electric. It's a good fastball. Stay on it. Do your thing. The fact that can reset the pitch clock.
He just stepped off the back of the rubber and faked the throw.
Shows you the flaw in the rule.
Nuts. A ball and a strike to Huckstorf. Outside corner, 1-2. Kyle gets back in the box with nobody out. Peterson on deck. Eckert's ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
I mean, if Iowa ends up losing this game, there's really nobody to blame for themselves. 1 for 12 with runners on base, 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position right now. So it
not getting those clutch hits.
No, Iowa has 10 opportunities with runners in scoring position. Ohio State has 5, and they each have a hit. But the problem is Iowa walked in a couple runs there to compound their problem.
Batter is Peterson. That fastball's outside.
But Iowa has had traffic. I mean, just 1 for 12 with runners on base, period. So they've done a good job getting the first guy on. They just haven't. What they've been really good at through the year of continuing to string it together, had a really hard time with that today.
Peterson skies this foul to the right side. Ball and a strike with 1 out.
He had the RBI single in his last at-bat.
Take that right here. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball, gloved by Irwin at third. He'll throw it to first for the out.
And he sprained his ankle celebrating.
A little bit hobbled. You got to be kidding me, though. That he hasn't been able to field a routine ground ball all weekend, and that one he dives for and gets it and throws out Peterson.
Well, and Petey didn't get all of that. Just didn't quite get all of it, and so he had enough time to react. Heck, if Honar ever had an occasion to bunt, Irwin's not coming up to make a play right now.
No, I don't think so either. Sam will watch it go by for a ball outside.
Whether Kazmar hit him someplace that he didn't want to get hit, whether he's
not sure what that was.
Yeah, he's definitely hobbling a bit.
1-0 delivery. Sam swings over the top of it, 1-1. Not able to time up the 84-mile-an-hour off speed. Leadoff double by DeRiggi, and then strikeout, ground out. He's out there all alone with 2 outs. Iowa down 5-2. Here's the 1-1. Line drive, but the shift is on for Ohio State. Ground ball out. Honar is out at first base for the 3rd out. We'll go to the 8th. Iowa down 5-2. Got to hold them here. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness. Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
All right, 7, 8, 9. Irwin, Kazmar, Thomas up for Ohio State in the 8th. They lead this one 5-2. It's a bad taste in our mouth this Sunday afternoon. A sweep on the line for the Hawkeyes, and a sweep is a big deal when you get to this point of the season. And if you want to stay in line with those teams at the top of the Big Ten like Iowa is, got to have it today against a team that's ranked 12th in the conference.
Indiana's up 3 in the top of the 9th against Northwestern as they look to close out that win.
Christofferson will start with a strike to Irwin. Okay, so you keep that in mind. Indiana's winning.
Maryland's up 2 touchdowns and a extra point on Nebraska on a Sunday, so I don't think that game's in any doubt anymore.
20-5.
Put up 8 runs twice, 4th inning and the 6th inning. So Maryland will hold on to the lead.
This one is up and in. Did that hit Irwin in the face?
That's a foul ball. Wherever it hit him, it's a foul ball.
He squared to bunt, and he's all hunched over now. I don't know where it got him. I think it might have frightened him more than anything. It hit somewhere. I thought it hit the bat, John, if we're being honest.
I did too. But the sound, it might have been helmet too. It could have been bat helmet. In any event, it's a strike. Because he never pulled it back.
Looks like he's okay, so we'll come back into the box.
He's had a tough, hurt himself celebrating and then tried to bunt for a hit and paid for that too.
That bum ankle that he got after the diving play hurt him from getting out of the way of that one. 0-2 from Christopherson. Line drive to Seegers. He caught it. One down.
Rutgers will hold their position more than likely. They're up 6-2 on Penn State. Already mentioned Nebraska taking a beating. Michigan State got swept, so Iowa, they don't find a comeback. Won't drop too far, but it'll drop mid-pack.
Here's a bunt down the third base line. Christopherson picks it up. No play. He'll throw it to DeRiggi, but it's late. Good bunt by Kazmar. He got down the line quickly. So Michigan State got swept by Illinois?
Yes.
So that puts Illinois into the 8th spot in a tie with Michigan. But based on win percentage right now, if those stats were to hold, it'd go to Michigan.
Well, Illinois played their one extra series, so they've had they haven't had their bye yet. So Michigan's got some extra work to do, and Michigan is on top of Minnesota so far, 4-0 in the 5th.
There's one out in the inning for Ohio State in the 8th. The batter is Thomas. First pitch strike from Christopherson.
If I'm Ohio State, I'm probably looking to bunt again. Go ahead. Iowa's got that heavy shift on. Tello's deep.
Instead, Thomas yanks this foul to the right side. He got the barrel on that one, hit it into the parking lot over there, 43N. I know we joke about it, but he actually did get it all the way over there.
Yeah, that was, I guess, what you'd call early. Tomahawk.
Man.
Low and away here for the strikeout will be nice.
The 0-2. High and out, ball one.
High and away instead.
Tried to cook him with that. Runner at first is Kazmar. He's got a few stolen bases, but not sure if that's in the game plan for Ohio State right now, as Christopherson has to step off the backside of the mound.
Had a couple issues with that.
He's trying to get the right sign from Cade Moss. Okay, he'll come set with the 1-2 to Thomas. High and out, ball two. Okay, so back-to-back fastballs up and away.
Yeah, I want to see the breaking ball again. Got a lot of strike zone on Thomas to hit.
Slider outside. Ball three. Tried to get him to chase on back-to-back fastballs and then just couldn't throw that slider for a strike. Now you're in a tough spot with the full count. Pressure pitch coming from Christopherson on its way to Thomas. Runner takes off. It's outside, ball four.
Well, neither fastball was close, so you want him to chase, but there was no reason for him to chase, and so now you free base him. So you've got to, again, you haven't had a ball get more than 25 feet away from home plate, and you got two runners on base.
Yep. 7th walk drawn by Ohio State today. You have 9 strikeouts. Top of the order with Lipsy, who's been hit by 2 pitches today. Hasn't done anything else otherwise. Christopherson ready and set. Outside, ball one.
It's been pretty much Lipsy's whole series, so. Will just hasn't been able to come back in. Everything is in that right-handed batter's box. I'm not sure whether he doesn't want to attack the right-handers or the left-handers in, but the one ball he got inside, Thomas tomahawked it all the way over out of play, but it was what you do. You kept him honest. You stood him up off the plate. right now there isn't really any reason for them to not go diving out over the plate.
And that's their game plan as it is, very patient. They don't swing very much at anything. It's worked out in their favor today. The 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner, 1-1.
You laugh because it was outside the outside corner.
Yeah.
But benefits the Hawkeyes this time.
Brief expansion of the zone there. Ball and a strike with 1 out in the 8th. Here's the pitch from Christopherson. That one was in the zone and called a ball.
I don't. My goodness. I don't know. I honestly don't know how you pitch right now. It's, you're trying not to give a guy just a center fastball or slider.
There's one that's
misses outside, called a strike.
Called a strike. So I guess in a roundabout way, we're getting where we need to be. 2-2.
Okay, I promised I wasn't going to do this today, but
we can lock in. We can lock in, John. I'm right there with you. Here's the 2-2. Blooped over to Tello and over his head. It'll drop for a base hit. Petey picks it up. Bases loaded for Ohio State with 1 out. That one was off the handle and just scooped out to left.
58 miles an hour off the bat. Well placed as he just kind of dunked it over the top. Lipsy finally has a hit in the series.
All right, bases loaded again for Ohio State, this time in the 8th. They lead it 5-2. Hawks have their backs against the wall with 1 out. Here's Gravelin. First pitch from Christopherson. That's a strike. Game hanging in the balance right now.
Yeah, you don't really have any oops room here.
Yep, good pitch there from Christopherson. That slider had a little bit more sharpness to it. He threw it a bit harder.
Yeah, I got it. Velocity was up a little bit. You see some of his have, 15, 17 inches of break. He's not really had those here. That's a great pitch. Just misses outside.
That one had all the movement that you wanted. It started on the outside half and then kept going. 1-2. Been in this spot before.
Start that pitch in the middle of the plate. It'll break off and he will swing at it.
The 1-2. Yes, just like that, John. A swing and a miss. 2 down.
Big pitch there. Nice job from Christo. Still not out of the woods yet, but he's a little bit closer.
All right. 2 down after the strikeout of Gravelin, his 3rd of the day. He's got the not-so-friendly hat trick. Marcus Ernst is the batter. Tense times at the ballpark this afternoon. Buckeyes up 3. Fastball high and out to start off the at-bat.
Come on, Christo, you got this.
Will looks down at his wrist for the sign. He's got it. 1-0 pitch. Grounded foul over to the right side. 1-1.
Good pitch there. Busted him inside with the slider. Just chopped it right into the ground. Need 2 more good ones just like that.
Ernst with a slightly open stance from the left side. The 1-1. Ground ball, right side. Honar's got to hurry.
Off his foot.
Yep, good call, John. It is a foul ball. That would have been tough if, I guess I wasn't really paying attention to Ernst getting out of the box.
It wasn't tough when Ernst hadn't left the box yet. They had plenty of time to get him.
I thought it was particularly slow coming off that turf. Good pickup by you there to see the foul ball. 1-2.
Yeah. I think they could have got it, corralled it, jogged it over, ran to the plate and touched it.
Yeah.
It all could be good.
What do you like here, John?
I like the...
You can't miss inside with that slider. You'd hit him.
No, exactly. I think I'd probably try to backdoor him once, and then I might back foot him one time because he's sitting right on the plate.
The 1-2, just high and out. Ball 2. He went with the backdoor variety, but it was too high.
Yeah, didn't really have great control of it.
Bases loaded for Ohio State, the top of the 8th inning. They're up 5-2 right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Christopherson. Ground ball, right side to Riggy. Knocks it down. Going to have to hurry. Flips it to Christopherson. Got him! And Will flips the ball to the mound and says, let's go! And he's right. Let's go, Hawks. We're going to the bottom of the 8th, down by 3. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At MidAmerican Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning, getting down to it. Iowa trailing Ohio State by 3. It's 5-2. Okay, 7, 8, 9. The table setters coming to the plate right now. Seegers, Mulfler, and Moss. They've been good in their own ways this weekend. Seegers been able to get on a couple of times today. Same with Mulfler. Cade, a little bit of a quieter day. But Ohio State is sticking with Eckert right now, and I believe this will be he's thrown 2 innings, so it'll be the first time that Seegers has seen him, but for Mulfler and Moss, that'll be time number 2. So Michael will walk to the batter's box. Need a little rally here, Hawkeye fans. Flip your ball cap around, turn it inside out, put on your lucky shirt, maybe sit in a different chair.
Eckert threw 2 innings back against Michigan State on April 8th. He threw 4 on March 26th against Indiana. Otherwise, he's a 1-inning guy as he enters his 3rd inning of work right now.
Well, let's make him regret keeping him in there. You got that closer in their back pocket who could be coming in later. No balls and a strike to Seegers. The pitch. Ground ball to 3rd. Irwin gloved it. Look what I found. 1 down.
He's taken a lousy fielding weekend and turned it into a pretty good one here the last couple games, as he just kind of smothered that one, stayed in his glove. It's the way he's tried to field all the balls. They just haven't stuck in his glove. He's, I guess we'll call it unorthodox, but he's getting it done here the last few tries.
It'll bring up Mulfler with 1 out. Here's a fastball called a strike. Up and out corner. Mulfler, the right-handed hitter. Out of the windup, the pitch. That's outside, ball 1. Mulfler was hit by a pitch in the 4th, singled in the 6th. Ground ball to 2nd on this one. Pederini picks it up, out number 2.
I don't know that testing the middle infield is going to be a good plan. They've been pretty solid for the most part. Kazmar made an error yesterday. I think they gave that one a hit too, but that was the rocket back up the middle when the infield was in. Cade will have to get it started with 2 outs.
Moss today is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch to Moss on the outside corner. That's strike 1.
The only 3-up, 3-down inning was the first, and that took a double play to get there.
Base is empty and 2 outs for Cade. That one's in the dirt, ball 1. Ohio State will have 4, 5, and 6 due up in the 9th. They've got the 3-run lead as it stands right now. Deep breath from Eckert, the 1-1. That's low, ball 2.
Yeah, Hawks still winning the hit battle 8-7.
The game a week ago, was it the Penn State game?
Second Penn State game, yeah.
Iowa out-hit the Nittany Lions, but lost the game. It's 3-1 now to Moss with Wilmus on deck.
Yeah, Iowa 32-2 when they out-hit the opponent. It's Penn State. We drug back and figured out the other one, but I don't remember it now. I try to block those things out.
I think it was that Indiana game.
Yes.
3-1 is just outside. That's ball 4. Okay. A 2-out walk to Moss will bring up Wilmus. Yeah, it was that Indiana game we lost on the walk-off, right?
Yep.
All right. Walk-off. Doesn't that sound pretty good? We got a little work to do before we get close to that.
Irwin salvaged his day at third base. Wilmus can salvage his day at the plate here by making some noise.
Currently 0 for 4. A couple of strikeouts for Bent. Moss at first base. 2 outs in the 8th. First one to Wilmus. Ground ball right to second. Pederini flips it to the bag for the force out. That'll do it for the 8th. All right. Ohio State 5, Iowa 2. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever. Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
Iowa goes to the bullpen in the 9th inning to try to hold the Buckeyes. They'll go with the redshirt sophomore right-hander from Granite Bay, California, Zach Volker.
4-1 on the year in his 12 appearances, has a save. 5.87 ERA, 38 in the 3rd innings, 37 hits, 25 runs have all been earned, 19 walks, 29 strikeouts. Opponents getting him for a .257 average. When corn grows fuel, Iowans win. Ethanol is a renewable fuel that's better for our environment, our health, and our wallets. Share your winning moments using hashtag Iowans and you could win even more from Iowa corn.
Well, just haven't been able to get over the hump against Ohio State today and gave them a few runs in the 7th. They hold the 5-2 lead. It'll be Andrews, Pederini, and Oakley.
I mean, the difference in the game is Hawks have walked 7 Ohio State batters and hit 2, and unfortunately they came in a clump.
Right.
And so that mix caused a lot of problems there, and I think he strung 1 single in that mess and led to 3 runs, and we saw that at Penn State, and it's just
it's those rocky roads there,
Well, it's a troubling trend here, especially this weekend. There's pitchers have issued a lot of walks this weekend.
And we've just been able to outscore them.
Right.
Because that first game, we gave up 9 runs on Friday.
Well, I guess you'd call it, and you'd call it effectively wild on Saturday, where you still walked a lot of guys, but that you were able to kind of pitch your way around it. Marcus made a lot of quality pitches. We've complained a ton about the umpires, but push comes to shove. If it's in the middle of the plate, you got to throw it in the middle of the plate. Wherever it is, you got to throw it there.
So we'll see how Volker does against Andrews. First pitch from Zach. That's in there for a strike. Good start for Mr. Volker.
Talked to Zach a lot in the recent weeks and just want to see him kind of have that fire again.
Beautiful bender there. 0-2.
He had a good anger at the beginning of the year. He'd come out and come trotting out from the bullpen and just like, hey, you just can't touch me. And I lost a little bit of that edge. So said he found it again, so hopefully that's true.
This one is driven out to left, carrying towards the wall. Peterson catches up to it. He's got it for 1 out. Andrews gave it a ride, but
Yeah, breaking ball hit the end of the bat. You know, he kind of looked like he got it didn't look like it came off with a lot of jump, and so it got even though he that's been Zach's issue over the last month, is the misses have been center, and unfortunately sometimes they haven't been missed, but that one fortunately didn't quite get barreled up.
Fastball just outside to Petterini to kick off his at bat. Ohio State 5, Iowa 2 here in the ninth. I'm with you for Volker as we get to the postseason. Got to have as many consistent arms as possible, and Zach's just been fighting for that chance to get back on track, and he's got an opportunity here today.
For Iowa to win the Big Ten tournament, they're going to need 4 starters, maybe 5. For Iowa to advance in a regional, they're going to need 4 starters. And so Zach's got a chance to be one of those. Like I said, just got to have that anger, that little bit of you can't hit me, and then go prove it. You got to be willing. You can't just say it. You got to then be willing to go back up that talk.
2-1 pitch to Petterini, popped up left side. This will get out of play. Find the seats, 2-2. Maybe a little similar to a conversation that we had with Ty Langenberg, right? Just to center things again.
Yeah, a little bit of if you want to be the guy, you kind of have to act like the guy.
Yeah. Here's the 2-2. That's way outside, ball 3.
We have a little bit of that. We talked yesterday with Marcus Morgan. Even when Marcus wasn't great at Penn State, he still carried himself in the way that's like, I'm still the guy. Mm-hmm. You might argue that our pitching staff is too nice in places.
Here's a ground ball to the right side. DeRiggi gloves it on the backhand. He'll flip it to Volker. Got to hurry. Got him. Just in time there, 2 down.
Our pitching staff is, of course they're all competitive and they all want to win.
Yes.
Don't misunderstand that part, but it's a little bit of that, almost that arrogance. They all, even though they're not all from Iowa, they kind of carry around some of that Iowa nice and the team thing, and it's like, go out there and get yours. When you're on the mound, go get yours.
Mm-hmm. Oakley's the batter. Strike to start things off.
Says the umpire.
Yeah. Outside corner. How about that? Outside half. Outside.
Inside part of the right-handed batter's box.
0-1 is tapped foul in the box. Nothing in 2. I agree with you, though. The pitching staff kind of has this like zen to them, right? And that's fine at times. And it works. And it's crucial to have that in particular moments. You see it from Christo, though. He doesn't have any of that. He's got the fire all the time. Here's the 0-2. Just off the plate away, 1-2.
Well, that's, you've got to look at this as, it's a one-on-one competition. That guy wants to beat you. Mm-hmm. And if you want to play at the next level, that guy's taking money out of your pocket by making you look bad. So you've got to go after him, and just every at-bat matters.
There's a sharp line drive hit foul down the left field line.
In the big scheme of things, it's baseball's a game. Guys are going to get hits off you. Yes, that all exists, and that's all true. But the other side of it is you have to try to win every one-on-one battle you have. You can recognize you won't, but you have to try to win them all.
Out of the windup, the 1-2. On the ground, past a diving Seegers and into center field.
Like Seegers just he almost just didn't look like he got a good read on it. Almost looked like he kind of had a step to third base, or maybe even just had that weight shifted there, and then the ball ended up right up the middle. Hard hit, though. I mean, Not saying he should have gotten it. It was going to be a diving play one way or the other, but you see Michael tend to have a lot of range at short, and he just didn't have quite as much there.
Like a false step.
Yeah.
That he took a step that didn't get him anywhere. And so a 2-out single for Ohio State in the ninth brings up Irwin. Volker deals it outside, ball 1.
And that was just another good piece of hitting from the Buckeye hitter. That ball was low and away. He just kind of stayed with it and drove it out through the gap there.
A little bit of a shift to the left for the Iowa infield. Volker low and out, ball 2.
I guess to carry that analogy a little bit further now, the anger's then got to be channeled. Mm-hmm. You've got to. It can't just be I'm going to throw it as hard or as as wild as I can. It's got to be tuned in now to what you're trying to do.
Volker's missed outside to Irwin on all three. Irwin's walked already twice today.
Ooh.
4-pitch walk.
4 non-competitive pitches.
Yep, and they were all outside. Now, a little interesting. You get the first 2 outs with relative ease and then a single and a walk. Puts a couple of Buckeyes on base. With 2 outs for Kazmar. They lead it 5-2 in the 9th.
Yeah, the single you can live with. The 4-pitch walk that not sure you had a pitch within 6 inches of the plate is the challenging part.
Well, a mound visit from Coach McGrath to refocus Volker now.
At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes.
Good job, John. Got through them all.
Had to press there.
Perfect score.
I was slacking in the middle innings, so had to get back on my horse there at the end.
All right, mound visits concluded. Got to have it here, Zach. Back to the basics a bit. Kazmar's been good, though. He's put the ball in play all 4 times. He's reached twice. Singled in the 3rd and in the 8th.
Good bunt his last at-bat.
Volker throws an off-speed that dive bombs in there for a strike, 0-1. Good start.
Much better.
Yes. Tello, Jarigi, and Hucksdorf due up for Iowa in the bottom of the 9th when we get there. Hopefully just a 3-run deficit. Here's the 0-1. Inside and low, ball 1.
Coach McGrath raises his strike percentage after going out on the mound visit.
Ball and a strike. There's a strike on the outside corner. Got it on the border there. 1-2. All right, Zach.
Now you got to finish him. You can't miss middle here.
Yep.
You've got a guy that's likely to swing, going to expand the strike zone. No need to help him out.
Long pause, the pitch. Off the end of the bat, hit foul to the left side. That was a good pitch.
It's a great pitch. Breaking ball down below the zone, outside. And again, Kazmar expands the zone, goes out, tries to get it, fouls it off. But exactly what you want to see.
Fans offering their encouragement and support of Volker, who's ready with the 1-2. High, ball 2. I don't mind that pitch. Maybe a little bit too high to get a swing out of it.
Well, it depends. Maybe if you're going to sequence him a little bit now, you show him the fastball up, you stand him up high, you kind of raise the eye line. Now you can snap that breaking ball down low again. Maybe get him to swing over the top.
Let's go for it. The 2-2, just like that, got him. Right as you were saying, John, he threw the breaking ball for the strikeout.
Some days, the blind squirrel and the nut and that whole story and that thing.
All right, let's get the magic going. We got our final chance coming up. Iowa down by 3. It's 5-2. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Here's an easy pill to swallow. Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
We've reached the bottom of the 9th inning. Hawkeyes coming to the plate, trailing Ohio State 5-2. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. All right, the Buckeyes are bringing in their star closer, the freshman lefty, 6'3", 230 from Canfield, Ohio, Landon Beidelshees.
He's had 20 appearances this year, 0-2. Let's stick to that, 0-2. Does have 5 saves, 4.78 ERA, 26 in the 3rd innings, 26 hits, 18 runs, 14 of which are earned, 21 walks, 39 strikeouts. Opponents getting him at .252. Has hit 7 batters. You know, one of those things, he's going to bring it up. He's going to be in the low 90s. Got a really good, really live arm. Sliders maybe got a little bit more spinny action to it. But again, he'll have that tendency like we've talked about with some of the others. He'll spray it.
First pitch strike to Raider Tello. High and out corner. Iowa down by 3. Beidelshees works quickly. This one almost hit Raider. He backed out of the way of it, turned away, and it's 1-1.
That was that sweeping breaking ball that came flying in there.
1-1. Raider popped it up. Right side. First baseman giving chase towards the Iowa dugout. Get out of play. He caught it right in front of the dugout. 1 down.
How did Christo not yell at him that his shoe was untied right at that point?
I think he lost it in the sun for a second, but relocated it. Tello goes down on the pop out in foul territory. 1 down. This guy doesn't take any time. He is ready to go. And the second Durigi stands in, he's going to start his windup, and he does just that. Here it comes to Brennan. Strike down the middle. This one just outside, 1-1.
Make you feel a little better. The Devils are up 2-0 on the Hurricanes.
I like that. That does make me feel a bit better. 1-2.
Just trying to find a helping happy spot for you here as the Hawks look to rally in the 9th.
Down by 3 with 1 out. Beidelshees is ready. The lefty on lefty. The pitch to Durigi. That's outside, ball 2. This freshman's got confidence, doesn't he?
I'm not sure why you wouldn't.
Yep.
He's got good stuff.
The 2-2. That's low, ball 3.
And if I could sling it up at 95 miles an hour, that'd probably be a good starting point for confidence for me.
Right. Full count. Durigi drives it deep to left. It's carrying, but in front of the track, it'll be caught for out number 2 by Graveline. Iowa down to their last out this afternoon.
Just missed that one. Kind of got it. Good pitch outside. You know, the last at bat, he really drove one that way. That one, he just didn't quite get on the barrel and elevated it up and just lifted it.
Beidelshees deals a strike to Hucksdorf to get things started. Iowa down 5-2, bottom 9 to Ohio State. Here's the 0-1. Right down the middle again, 0-2.
Unusual at bat for Huck. I don't mind taking the first one. I'm strange seeing him take the second one without really looking like he was going.
That one's off the plate away.
There's no room for commentary for me with him pitching.
Just no time. This guy just deals it around. The 1-2. Hucksdorf pops it up over our heads. It'll get out of play.
Yeah, fortunately that one will get out of play. There, I'm trying to reverse whammy it. I have all my notes put away.
Here's a sharp line drive hit foul to the right side towards the batting cages. Iowa down to their last strike, down by 3 in the 9th. Ball and 2 strikes, the pitch to Hucksdorf. That's high, ball 2.
I love your confidence.
Yeah. I called that one a little early, maybe. The 2-2 popped up. This one's straight back. This one's out of play. Hucks staying alive.
You were right. I just never seem to know right now.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Hucksdorf chased one at chin level. And the Buckeyes take the finale 5-2. Iowa cannot get the sweep over 12th place Ohio State. in the Big Ten. That's a tough loss. That one just didn't feel very good from start to finish. Couldn't piece it together today.
No, and I mean, again, it's one of those odd, you hate the saying, but it's baseball sort of thing of they didn't come up with the big hit. You go back to the numbers and look at it again. Iowa just 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position, 1 for 15 with runners on base. It's not a winning recipe.
Never got that clutch hit, never got that those back-to-back hits, right, to put pressure on Ohio State.
Right, and the 2 runs, one of them was the solo shot, so obviously there's no streak there, and did manufacture one with the hit and the stolen base, and then follow-up hit after that, and that was the only time they could do it. And like I said, just hard to win games that way.
Ohio State takes it 5-2. Iowa now 34-12 on the season, 20-3 at home, 10-7 in the Big Ten. Ohio State bumps up to 23-25. They are 6-15 in the conference now, and we'll have no midweek. We'll get ready for Michigan State next weekend. They'll be coming to town. They're reeling a bit.
Yeah, they just got swept by, well, you say reeling. Iowa won the series.
Michigan State. Michigan State's reeling.
But I mean, we feel bad because we lost this game, and of course you think you want to win them all. But again, you kind of said it at the beginning. If Iowa wins the last 3 series, you'd like to think there's a sweep at Northwestern. But if you win the last 3 series, maybe you don't win the Big Ten, but the next goal is very attainable still.
Right. All right. Well, not our day today with a great crowd and on hand, up over 2,000. We went over 6,000 for the weekend, taking in some Iowa Hawkeye baseball, hoping for some equally as good weather next weekend for another series with a Big Ten foe, Michigan State, coming to town. We'll break down today's game right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness. Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Ohio State takes the finale 5-2 today over Iowa. Hawks can't quite get the sweep over the Buckeyes. We're joined by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland. Coach, a tough one for us today.
Yeah, disappointing because you don't really feel like they earned it, right? I mean, free bases after the 7th inning. I think there were 6 after the 7th inning or 7th inning on, and the inning they scored 3, they literally don't do anything. They have a leadoff hit or whatever, and then we just walk the house. So that's the disappointing part. Certainly, I never am concerned with our effort and our focus. This group comes every single day, but it's disappointing we just didn't make them earn the victory.
Offensively, what did you see from the team today?
I thought their guys did a good job of keeping the ball down. We couldn't really elevate stuff. We have the 2 double plays early in that game when we kind of have stuff going, and then from there it was just tough getting the leadoff guy on. We just never really could get going. And then had some opportunities there. We just didn't get a 2-out hit, which we had been getting here in the first 2 games. And, it's hard to string 3 of those type of offensive games together, but I thought it was present enough for it to happen. We just didn't get the big one today. And again, credit their pitching staff. Their bullpen did a really good job. They limited the free bases, made it hard. And again, we just couldn't pick up the big hit, and we had some opportunities. I think we left the bases loaded, 2nd and 3rd. We have a leadoff double from Rigg. We don't do anything there. So just stuff like that. We just didn't do enough offensively, and again, you couple that with the pitching where we just didn't do a great job in the pen. I thought Ty did a really nice job The only thing that's frustrating is the innings you scored. There was the innings they scored in the top half the next inning, but you can't fault him. 2 runs, pitches into the 7th. He did a great job, and we just weren't able to hold on from there.
No midweek coming up. We'll host Michigan State next weekend. Are you okay with a little bit of rest going into that next one?
It's a tough time of year for the guys. It's obviously a stressful week. This coming week with finals, and you kind of give them tomorrow and Tuesday really, and then Wednesday you probably have a modified scrimmage with some guys who didn't get in this weekend to throw, and then you got to be ready for a really good Michigan State team coming in, an old offense, guys who've been around and athletic, and maybe one of the best hitting teams. Not maybe, they're one of the best hitting teams in the league. So we'll have our hands full, and we just need to step up, and certainly got to get some things ironed out on the mound. But overall, we're in a pretty good place. We just need to keep working and keep getting better.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time. We'll see you next weekend.
Thanks, John.
Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland on our post-game show from Dwayne Banks today. We'll wrap with highlights right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness. Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
Ohio State takes one from Iowa today, 5-2. They win the finale and avoid being swept by the Hawkeyes this weekend. Let's go over some of the highlights from today's game.
Athletes.
Honar drives this one to right, carrying well. Yes! Oh, and it's gone! Sam Honar. He breaks the scoreless tie. 1-0 Hawks in the second. Blooped into right center. This could be trouble. Honar going back. Wilmus coming forward. It's Honar who's got it. And Iowa eludes damage there, giving up just 1 run. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Good block by Moss. He picks it up. Runner's going for a third. Throw down. Tag down. Got him. Yes. The 1-1. Ground ball left side. Get through there. It's through into left. We're waving Huxdorf. He rounds third. Here comes the throw. It's cut off at the pitcher's mound. Hawks lead it 2-1. Sammy P. They're probably good too. You could give them to them though. Ohio State wins the game 5-2 and drops Iowa on the Sunday. Hawks couldn't quite get the sweep today. We'll regroup and be ready for Michigan State next weekend. Overall, a series win though for the Hawkeyes. And 34-12 now overall. All right, that'll do it for our coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball for the weekend. For my great board op down the line, Michael, excellent job as always. John Evans, my broadcast partner. I'm John Leo saying so long from Iowa City. Ohio State 5, Iowa 2. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye. Some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network, Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association, and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. When corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Oak Knoll, an active life care community. University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. And by Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.